And how are we doing, everybody out there in this whatever Wednesday back here in Mon Bazou? Yeah, so we're just making it through Sunday. It's raining here currently. Ha, so that kind of stinks in a way. It's gonna make it a little bit difficult, I guess, as far as to do some outdoor activities. But yeah, let me turn this up just a little bit. So we have made it through Sunday. For those that have been tuning in to the the playthrough of this, we made $5,800 this past Sunday. We do have enough to be able to pull the trigger to get hooked up to power. So, kind of thinking we'll go ahead and probably do this. So, come Monday, obviously we'll be able to mail this. Let's go ahead and pick this guy up. So, let's get it in the light. We just need to sign this and mail it. So we need the better part of $28,998. We have just over that. So, while we're waiting for them to actually, it's going to take time to get as far as once we sign it and mail it, for them to actually, start the process there. So, we have the means of this to go ahead and, wait, left mouse? To be able to sell some maple syrup, I guess, as far as to make up for what we got to spend here to get this thing up. Why is it not signing it? Hello? I thought it was it not? Nope. Alright, what happened here? We signed it last time, and obviously it didn't, not letting me sign it this time? What's up going on here? Now, let me sign it before. Let's see here. Okay. Do I need to put it back down, maybe? Let's see. Alright. I know we signed him by mistake, I guess, as far as last time, so, let's see. Let me do it? Yeah, that's what I'm hitting is left mouse, but it won't let me sign it. Now, keeping in mind, for those that have been watching the playthrough of this, I have already signed it previously, and it looks like my signature went away. So I don't know if it's actually still signed. That could be. I'm guessing it might have bugged out, I guess, as far as... because I did sign it accidentally, I guess, as far as I just didn't mail it. Because he didn't have enough money yet. So, I'm hoping, maybe... Yeah, it's not letting me left mouse that. If we just mail it, maybe it'll work. I'm hoping. Might have to try that. We'll have to wait till Monday to go do that, though, I think. Yeah, with this rain out, there's not really much we can do. We can... I think I harvested all the cannabis. I don't remember. Gotta go outside here and get a little bit wet. We don't have a poncho, so let's go check we'll brave the elements. Let's see what we got out here. Where's my flashlight? There's my flashlight. I think I already harvested. The potatoes are ready. Okay. I think I harvested some of these guys. I don't remember where I left off. Because I know I did make some fresh, oh, we're getting watered, so that's cool. That's one advantage for it's raining here, because it's watering our plants. The cannabis is growing good, alright. We still got some potatoes to harvest. And I think that might have been where we left off. I think I emptied out some of the baskets, so that we can do that. We'll check that out. So, come back in here. I think... Yep, these are empty. I do have enough curds in there still to make some. We still made plenty of... Okay, so we're good. We're going to be able to harvest some potatoes at least anyway for now. We'll work our way to getting a clearer day out. So it's sunnier, not quite so nasty out. On top of it being at night, let's go harvest some potatoes in the rain. At night. Be good stuff. Okay, we need to use it. So, harvest. So I did have one plant that was infested. Oh wow, it's already full? Holy crap. Wow, okay. So that basket's already full. Alright. Let's take this in the house, actually. We don't want to get them all soggy. So, eventually, I think what we'll try on Monday here is we'll go ahead and try to just mail that letter and see what happens. I'm hoping it didn't completely bug out. Uh-oh. Get up. There we go. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. I don't know where that's coming from, I guess, as far as like that. I know it's a pretty windy day out today, IRL, and there's a lot of dust flying around. Close the door. Really? Why don't you close the door? Hold on. You gotta do this. Yeah, so, yeah, this has always been a mechanic, I guess, as far as with the game. You can't do, like, hold more than one thing at a time, all this type of stuff. It's kind of wishful thinking for me that will get added, I guess, as far as to this at some point. So 2 plants. 1, 2. Yep, so we're already full after 2. Alright. Fair enough. Let's get all our potatoes in here out of the rain. Set them right over here for now. Alright. Yeah, I'm just really hoping, I guess, it does accept my original signature on that contract for power. We'll have to see. Best Bud. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Best Bud. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in to WhatEver Wednesday. Hope it's doing well. We're just harvesting some potatoes right now. Appreciate that. And that gets us a little bit closer, I guess, as far as to that follower goal. Oh, yeah, I remember, too, I planted the cannabis in the wrong spot. I wanted to put the cannabis over there. So once these grow in, I'll end up just harvesting these up there. In these holes that I got here, I'll put potatoes. So that was a boo-boo on my part, I guess, as far as to put the cannabis over here by the potatoes. But they're still growing. So there's that. I've just bought this game. Is it any good? Yeah, I mean, it's I've had a lot of fun with it. I've got the better part of, this will be the 14th episode into it. I play this every Wednesday, and it is. I really do enjoy it. The wonkiness of some of the mechanics of it is what makes it pretty fun to play. You know, it's not like 100% accurate, for example. So like we're harvesting these potatoes with baskets. The fact that the way you do the, put the potatoes in there, some of it's a little bit, as to not to be expected, right? And I think that just makes for a fun playthrough, I guess, as far as of the game. And the fact that you get to make maple syrup and sell it, and that's why we've got as much as we do in our bank, so that we can get hooked up to power. I don't know. It just makes it pretty fun to play. But yeah, you got to try it out for yourself, I guess, as far as, and find out for yourself. And we've made some mistakes, and all that. I don't think there's any wrong way. I think I've said this plenty of times before. There's absolutely no wrong way to play the game. There's no storyline that you actually absolutely have to follow. You can play it however you want. If you want to work on the car more, because we do get a car, I guess, as far as we get to work on. You do have to keep up with your friendships, though. So most of the people that are in the game, as far as like Jacques over at the gas station and stuff like that, you got to keep up relationships with them on a daily basis so that you can get leveled up, to have more access to things and stuff like that. But it can be kind of grindy in that regard. But yeah, beyond that, still. So I don't expect to be 100% ready, right? And that's the way you should go into it. A lot of these early access games, you should expect, I guess, as far as some things to be a little bit off. Like, my biggest wishful thinking for this game is to be able to carry more than one thing at a time. So, like, if I pick this can up, I can't pick anything else up. I'd have to put that down, pick up something else. Now, I can hold, obviously, a flashlight and something else at the same time, right? But that's about as far as that goes. So I know the mechanic, if it were tweaked down a little bit, it could be allowed, I guess, as far as to carry more than one item at a time. Now, there are such things as like the basket. Obviously, that allows you to pick up more than one thing at a time. And also the trailer, or your truck, or trailer, that'll allow you to carry stuff instead of on your person. But, alright, so we need to get ourselves some Merkle Circle here. We're just getting into the brand new day here. It's raining profusely out. So we're going to get ourselves some Merkle Circle in the... I've been storing it here in the fridge. I'm sure it's probably better to keep it warm, like maybe put it on a shelf. I've seen several playthroughs as far as that do that. I just like to use the fridge, as far as just to have somewhere to store it. But yeah, we get to drink some maple syrup. Wait. Should go down. There we go. So that went down. So we're getting a little bit sleepy. Yep. So once all these meters that are at the top right of the screen, you don't want those to get, and it lets you know, I guess, if it'll turn red and you'll yawn or whatever like that if he's tired. It'll definitely let you know. And that's a lot of things that have been updated with the game to kind of give you some heads up, I guess, as far as what's going on with your character. So when he gets hungry, his stomach will rumble. When he gets thirsty, he kind of does that little bit of a gesture, I guess, as far as to know that you're getting thirsty. And then you just kind of look over there to make sure what you need to do. As far as to either get some maple syrup, which is your hydration, poutine, which gives you some sustenance, and anxiety. When that gets too high, you see that little number underneath the underneath our dollar amount there? That's a joint. So if your anxiety gets a little too high, you can either play some video games. You got the power still running here, or you can take a drag on your joint, which you can make them based on cannabis. I think we got enough to make another pack here. Let me see. I think we got enough here to make another pack. Let's do that. Yep, sure did. Cool. So you need 10% cannabis to make one pack. Yep, so right now we got a total of 10. I don't know if that's... Will that make another one? Let me see. That's a total of 10. Let's see if it'll actually work. You have to sit down when you do this. Nope. So I guess you got to have 10% at minimum in the basket. So you can't have it just in total. But yeah, we got all these packs here. We're trying to get ourselves 12 big packs, if you will. So that's 10 of these 10 packs, you know, these individual packs. And we got to be able to take that over to our weed dealer. This is something that's new to the game. So you can go over there, you sell them that you become really good friends with them. And they will build a bunker in your bathtub. As far as you'll be able to go down in there. We don't have it just yet, obviously, but that is something too. So like you only have one hand. Kind of like, yeah, it is kind of like you only have one hand. So there's a tutorial of the game again. No, but there is a wiki. There was a wiki, I guess, as far as that. If you look up Mon Bazou, just as far as to Google it, you'll find a wiki. I can't remember exactly who puts it up under. A lot of useful information in there. So whether or not you look at that, or you observe, I guess, as far as the playthroughs like I'm doing, I'm kind of the types that just kind of like to seat of the pants type of thing, you know, just a kind of baptism by fire. I like to figure things out in the game for myself. And if I get stuck, then I'll look at the wiki. Right? So, yeah, there is the wiki that'll give you the very general information as far as what, you know, what does what, how you acquire certain things. Main thing, like I already mentioned, you gotta build up your friendships. So if you don't build up your friendships with all these different people, like we've already gotten full friendship with the brother Frank, we've already gotten full friendship with Jacques. So we have complete access to the gas station to be able to get gas whenever we want, whenever we need it. We kind of build up relations with Eric over at the maple syrup factory. We're trying to get up with Norman. We only got one more day with Norman. He's also at the gas station with Jacques. We've already made friendship with Mom. So with Mom, when you get friendships with her, she'll give you the fry basket for your deep fryer to be able to make your own poutine. So these are some of the things that are kind of nice the way it's built into the game, to have to build those relationships to get certain things like that. You've seen the bunker already? Yeah. So that's one of the latest updates. That's one of the latest updates to the game, is adding the bunker. And part of what you got to do for that is to make friends with the weed guys over at the dealer. And the first way you do that, you got to get 12 packs. All right, how do I put this? Basically 120 individual packs here of these. Right now, we've got, I don't know, how many we got here? Not enough, I can tell you that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21. We got about 25 packs, so we need about 100 or so, a little bit less than 100 more of these packs. We tape those up, take them over to the weed dealer, and then we'll be in cahoots, I guess, as far as with them to put a bunker in our bathtub. So our first main objective here is to get hooked up to power. So the fact that we're at Monday, I'm gonna take a stroll over here in the rain here, as far as over to the sugar shack. We got 58 trees tapped in, making quite a bit of maple syrup. So even as we speak here, we should be making some maple syrup. Let's go over here and check it out. When you get at the bunker, will be built in your bathroom. Yeah, this I already know. That's what we're trying to work our way up to. Yep. So we've got, bring it on over here. We got almost a full tank of maple syrup in here. We should probably process some of this. Too cold outside. All right. Okay, we're not in that time. So the time band for this is from 9, which should be in a few moments here. We'll get it up to 9, and then it goes all the way to 16:30, I think it is. And yeah, so just to show you, we got 58 trees tapped. The more trees you got tapped, the more maple syrup you get into your tank. So yeah, we're not quite to 100 yet. Trying to get it to 100. Yeah, so we're the brothers. The brothers, here, let me bring up the map. This might be a little bit hard to explain here because I don't have a way to point at it. But the brothers, if you go right through town, if you go right through town and keep going straight. In fact, we'll probably be making a trip there just as far as pretty soon here. But basically, where it says, what does that say there? Continent, where it's got that arrow on the very north of the map, the top of the map. That's the way you want to go. It goes over a bridge, and it's out that way. Just to kind of give you some insight. Somewhere over in there. So yeah, we'll probably be making a trip over there at some point just to kind of do that. We kind of know where it is, but if you keep following the road over the bridge, and it's the first road on the left once you travel a little bit ways past the bridge, and then it's up in there somewhere. They're kind of like in Never Land. They're kind of in an odd spot, very remote location. Let's put it that way. We're gonna get some of this maple syrup processed here. We got a little bit in our reservoir. I think is this one full? This one is full. I think all our barrels are full. Oh, we're getting tired. All right, we'll have to get some sleep. All these barrels in here are full. I'm gonna put this one in here too. I think we bought a couple more barrels. I think we got 6 barrels at this point now that we're rotating out. We have 4 of them right here. We'll be able to sell these a little bit later. We're gonna have to get some sleep here in a moment. I don't know how our sleep schedule got thrown off like that, so I probably won't spend too much time. Let me see, how do I want to do this? Do I want to get a fire going while I sleep? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think we will do that. We'll leave the generator running so that we can process some of this maple syrup as we're sleeping. That's going to be here in a moment. You heard them yawn, and the meter up there kind of gave us an indication for that. So, yep. Alright, let's put that in there. Come on. There we go. Put some paper in there. Light it up. Yeah, I know you're getting tired. When you at least get the fire going, you gotta light the paper. There we go. Put that back on the shelf. Cool. Now, we got the reverse osmosis that makes this process a little bit faster. So, as we're sleeping here, we should have some of this processor. We got 54 and that much in the tank. We'll just let this fire probably burn out as we sleep. But it'll process at least a little bit of that. We're going to have to go pick up some of our barrels, though, because these are all full. We'll have to get these sold. We're going to be off to a good start here, I guess, as far as for the week, to have 4 barrels to sell right off the bat. Yeah, we're going to get a little bit of sleep first. We're going to make our way back up to the house. What's going on? Yeah, so? What's going on? OG Rock Noon today. We're doing okay. A little stuffed up. It's very windy out today. A lot of dust flying around. So if I sound a little bit stuffed up, probably for good reason. Yeah, I know you're tired. I may need to either process some of our potatoes to make some more poutine and or get another basket. So that's something else I have to consider. I don't think I got one in the shed here. I do not. I already used them all. Okay, cool. I want to check. Alright, we're going to get some sleepy sleep. After we have a little bit of poutine. Have a little snack before we go to bed. Probably pick up some extra... Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's what we said. How we doing, Evan? Evan playing the toasty. It kind of is. I imagine it probably is still toasty down there for you, isn't it? So where's brother? I'm guessing everywhere else. Yeah, we're gonna go take a trip here, Best Bud, and we're gonna give a quick little tour, I guess, as far as where we gotta go. We're gonna get some sleep here first, though. So hopefully don't sleep too long. I know. Let's go ahead. I don't know how we got off kilter, I guess, as far as with our sleep schedule. All right. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So we should have been able to process a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but wow. Okay. Yeah, we were on the schedule, I guess, as far as going from like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning till, yeah, and being able, I don't know what happened there. I don't remember what time it was when I saved it. Interesting. Anywho, man, it got dark. Holy crap. So we're on Monday evening. We're going to see how much maple syrup we did actually produce. 111 today? Nah. Yeah, you keep that down there. Yeah, that's definitely toasty. Definitely toasty. So it's a little bit late to be able to go in town today because everything's closed. But we are going to go down here. We still got the... Oh, the generator ran out of fuel.
Let's get ready to rock.
Son of a gun. I forgot how loud that thing was. So we ran out of fuel. Son of a gun. Alright, we're going to have to get into town and get some more fuel. That can is empty. Alright, we definitely have to make a run into town. We are out of fuel for the generator. Alright, so we're not hooked up to power yet. We got to rely on the generator, I guess, as far as to run this. So I don't know how much we produced here. We're going to check. I didn't look to see how much fuel we had before we went to sleepy sleep. So we probably didn't process a whole lot of maple syrup. Let's go check it out. Pretty cool, pretty clear night out. Worse than the boom booms? As far as the, what, the rumble? Yeah, no, maybe not quite as bad. Not quite as bad. So we probably didn't produce, oh yeah, I guess we did. We did produce enough for a barrel at least anyway, so that's cool. Nice, so you need 120 liters, I guess it is, as far as to fill a barrel. And we don't have any more empty barrels, we had to go sell these. Big gummit. So I guess maybe what I'll do is, how do I want to do this? Shoot, I don't know how our sleep schedule got so out of whack here. This is kind of abnormal for me right now, because normally don't have to turn on the lights. There we go. We're going to do this though. Hello? Thought the battery was dead. Okay, let's do this. Button. Okay, gotta hold on to her. Watch her. Oh crap. Hold on. I don't like doing this stuff at night. This is why it's kind of confusing me, I guess, as far as why it's, I can sleep again, yes. I can. But, I think what I'm gonna do, just so that I don't... I'm trying to get it back on normal pattern here, if you will. But yeah, you can go back to sleep. You gotta have enough in your meter, as far as on your energy. It has to be high enough to be able to take a nap. So you have to keep that in consideration, too. You can't just sleep to be able to advance time. I want to say it that way. So what we need to do, got the park and brake off. Should be in fourth. That's reverse. Oh, gotta find fourth. Oh, come on, where's fourth? Gotta find my gear. There it is. There's fourth. We're in fourth. Cool. Now, let's go head up to the house. And I need to pick up the gas can. I hate trying to do this at night. I don't know how this got out of whack. Because normally, from Sunday to Sunday is when I normally play through. We usually get some sleep, and then we got, you know, most of the day I guess to do stuff. I don't know how it got out of whack like this. This is kind of really out of the ordinary for me. Very abnormal. So the fact that I'm trying to do this at this time is not what I normally do. Not normally. So we're gonna try doing this as far as just like it was morning, even though it's not. So we'll go ahead and park this here for a second. I always get in the habit of putting the parking brake on because sometimes your vehicle tends to want to drift, end up somewhere it's not supposed to. Where's the can? Man, I can't see a dang thing. There it is. Put that in the truck. And we're going to test this theory. We haven't been able to use this advantage that we have to be able to get gas whenever we feel like it. When we need to. Leaving the truck running. I need to get a little Merper Circle. We don't get... there we go. Now we're good to go. I do have one in the truck, just not for emergency purposes. So, that's only for emergencies. So, like, if I'm out and about, and I'm getting a little stuck in place there, I always like to have a case of poutine here and some Merple Circle. Wait, where did my Merple Circle go? Must be on the other side of the door. I hope it's on the other side of the door. Hold on. I think it's on the other side of the door. Better be. Nope, it's right here on the floor. So, yeah, I always keep poutine and a Merple Circle with me in the car, in the truck, in the car, just in case. Alright, so we gotta turn the flashlight off. Alright, now we're gonna head our way into town, and we're gonna at least... Oh, parking brake. No. There we go. And we're gonna at least set these up here so that they'll auto sell, I guess, as far as once they open. So they're only open, I guess, from... I think at 8 or 9 in the morning till like 16:30. So yeah, we're just gonna drop these barrels off, and also try and get some fuel. And I can show you where the brother. So coming from the house, we're going this way, and it's a little bit dark, so it's understandable as far as might be hard to discern. But it's right around the bend here, and the brother, past this sign, is right down there. We've already got all the friendships with the brother, but he's right down the hill here. It's super hard to see. He's right down here. Yeah, just kind of go down here just to kind of show you. You can cut firewood for him, and he'll give you money. We haven't done that quite a bit since we made friendship, complete friendship with him. So there's that. But yeah, you can cut firewood for him. I would suggest if you're gonna cut firewood for the brother, use only pine or birch. Don't waste your maple trees, because the maple trees make you money as far as maple syrup. Wow, this is super dark. Alright, so let's put it back and forth. And off into town we go. Raid? How we doing there, Moon? What's going on? How we doing there, Moon? I know you were hanging out over in Deuce's channel there, as far as he was going through the grueling process of harvesting some beets. Sugar beets. I know he's having some issues as far as with one of his modded harvesters there. We were busy getting ready, I guess, as far as to do some things here in Mon Bazou, so yeah. God spoken. I do not get to play. What do you mean you don't get to play today? Why not? How come you don't get to play today? I know, Moon, what you're having... I noticed, I saw you were mentioning this as far as having some issues, I guess, as far as with not having the right mods to get on the server. Did I misunderstand? Mod list is down. On the server? Okay, so you come into town here, so if, Best Bud, if you're still on here, here's the town, you go through the town. Probably going to have the guys that you can race against. Oh, no, they're not out here. But anyway, you go through town. And just to kind of show you, you go straight through town like so. Yep, go right past that store. Oh, crap, don't watch your barrels. You go right straight through here. There's going to be a bridge. See this bridge? You go past the sawmill where you sell your lumber, if you want to sell it that way. Go right across that bridge. Right here. Go right across that and keep going until you get to the first road to the left, and then just follow that. And then it's very windy. You got to go through a mountainside and all this stuff. It's very well remote, that's for sure. What's going on, Steelcrafter? Oh, yeah, for the server? Well, that's a big rip. Sorry to hear that, Moon. Well, at least it's more of just an issue with the server, not on your machine. How's Steel doing? Yeah, so we're gonna drop these barrels off to Federation here, and get those to auto sell, I guess, as far as the next time they open. Yeah, so this is just the town. Very quaint little town. I kind of know this map. I've been around the map enough. I guess it's kind of know where everything is. We got the better part of 14 episodes. We play this every Wednesday. At least that's the way it's been so far. Because I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's super fun. Alright, so we're going to park right here. Put the parking brake on. Shut her off. I'm going to head over to the gas station there to see if we can get some fuel. Because now that we're complete friends, I haven't been able to take advantage of that so far. Just as far as be able to get fuel whenever we need it. Yeah, we've been good. I'm a little bit stuffed up. It's very windy today. And it's rustled up a lot of dust. And that's about the only issue that I've had today. Other than that, super duper. So we're going to set these barrels up right here. This is the sell point. It's not going to show right now because they're not open. But, come on, stand up right. Stand up. There we go. So what'll happen is once they open, we got these in the sell point. All 4 of these barrels should sell, which is $200 every barrel. You'll get $800 once they open for these 4 barrels. And we got 3 more to pick up, so we got 7 barrels. I couldn't remember if we had 6 or what we had. So we got 3 more barrels over there to pick up. We're going to take those back to the house with us. Alright? Because we got more maple syrup to process, that's for sure. Yeah, it's good to hear, Steel. You know, Steel's been playing quite a bit of a new map. I think it's a 60Nex. I forget what the name of it is. It's Meadow Springs? Is that right? Over for Farm Sim 22. Appreciate you stopping on in here in your a bit of a break here, Steel, to see what we got going on here for WhatEver Wednesday. Been having a lot of fun here, like I said, with this Mon Bazou. So we're currently selling some. We're getting it set up for it to sell once they open anyway. These 4 barrels of maple syrup that we made. So we'll get $800 for that. So off to a good start for the start of the week here. It's pretty cool. So we're getting ourselves tired again. Good. Oop, get back in there. We're gonna go stop at the fuel station and go get some fuel. That's one thing you notice too when it's at night like this. The time goes by very, very much faster. It's kind of escalated, if you will. Alright. Getting around from a nap. Ooh, so just waking up. Well, appreciate you stopping on in, I guess, as far as after your nap. Probably feels good, I guess, to take a nap. Alright, so we're gonna head over to the gas station. Oh, I forgot to close the back end. Oh, you know what? I forgot to pick up my other barrels. Hold on. I got ahead of myself. Gotta pick up these other 3 barrels that are empty. Let's pull up right here. Whoa, horsey. Alright, let's do that. Need to pick up our other 3 barrels that are empty. We'll put these in the back. With these here, we can pick up. Hey, school bus. Wave to the school bus. Taking the kiddos to school. Alright, we'll put our 3 barrels, empty barrels in here. Take those back to the sugar shack. Alright, like so. We gotta watch our. We're starting to get a little bit tired. Alright. More sleepy sleep here. Park and break. Cool. Alright, we rolling. Okay, keep an eye on our barrels. And the fuel station's just down the road here from the Federation. So they got some type of holidays. John Baptiste Day or something like that. I'm not Canadian or French, so I don't know. But they've got a lot of these flags hanging around here. Because it is, you know, French based. French Canadian based. And that's what kind of makes it kind of super fun to play too. I know. Okay, so we can get fuel. They're not open yet, so we're going to test this out. I haven't, like I said, taken advantage, I guess, as far as being able to get fuel whenever I need it. We got enough fuel in the truck, so we're good there. We just need to get some in our fuel tank here. Let's get this guy. And we only go with premium gas. We don't Don't use that cheap stuff. Stand up. Come on. Oh, goodness. Come on. I like to get it stand up there. You can fill this even when it's on its side, but I feel that's kind of silly, so. Get the cap off. Pick that up. Put some fuel in it. See, we get to get fuel anytime. Now, if you don't have the full friendship with Jacques, I wouldn't be able to do this. We'd have to wait until the gas station opens, which is at around 9. So, yeah, the fact that we can get fuel whenever we need it, kind of nice. I want to see if we can actually go in the store. That's something else I haven't checked out yet. So we're still before when they would normally be open, and I'm gonna see if we can get in the store. Close that up. Let's see here. Nope. So we cannot get into the store. They're not there. So we can get fuel though. Before hours. So you can see on here that they open at 8. So they should be open here in just a minute. Right now they should be open. Hey. Oh, you know what? What day is it? Tuesday? No, they should be open. There they are. They're in there. Cool. Now, I want to see what happens with Norman here. We only got... This is going to be our last conversation that we'll have with him. Let's see what we get. But be prepared because $70,000 to reopen the race station. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's got a lot to say, too. $70,000 he wants for the track. Wow, so this is what happens when you get full friendship with Norman here over at the gas station. He can make you an offer just as far as for $70,000 to reopen the the racetrack, which is just beyond on the other side of where the Federation is, where I delivered the maple syrup. So $70,000 we would have to save up. That's crazy. Danger zone. Gas in the cab. Yeah, probably not a good idea to put it in there, but I only put it in there so I don't lose it in the bed, because if I put it in the bed, yeah, it goes bye-bye. So I always have to put it in here to kind of contain it. We don't need any in the truck. We're pretty full on that, but I want to pick up some maple syrup here too. So we've gotten a quote, I guess, as far as from Norman. We made full friendship with him, or whatever. He's asking for $70,000 to reopen the track. So that's another milestone that we can work towards. Oh, Fajista! I didn't mean to ignore you. Another one coming over from Deuce's channel. Appreciate that. First time in your chat. I appreciate you doing Win and Wear project. Don't see too many. Yeah, I do this every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I at least like to put the awareness out there for Win and Wear project. I leave it up to individual people, I guess, as far as to just donate on their own. You can do !WWP in the chat. You get the link to the website for Wooden Warrior. Also, there's a link on the bottom of the channel where you'll be able to hit on that. Hit that link. It's an image for Wooden Warrior project as far as Wooden Warrior project play to serve. If you click on that, that'll take you there as well. You can go there anytime, but Wednesdays are 100% dedicated to support, I guess, as far as the Wooden Warrior project is doing. They've raised so much money, I guess, as far as to help so many Wounded Warriors, to include their families, and it's a fantastic organization to be able to support. Highly recommend anybody, if you have the means, I guess, to be able to, every little bit counts. There's no amount is too small. If you got $5, $10, or want to become a recurring subscriber, I guess, as far as to the organization, please do consider it. You won't be disappointed. I don't think there's anything else I need to get here. I was thinking about getting another basket, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and process the potatoes we have into poutine, and I think we should be good. If nothing else, I'll probably pick up some curds. Yeah, so I'm just kind of building myself up to get tired. Oh, I know what I'll do. I am going to get one more poutine, or maple syrup. I'm going to drink that right away. There we go. Get that down. And I think we're going to stop over to the diner. And yeah, let's go over here. We can take a walk over here to the diner. It should be open. Actually, I think they don't open until 11. So they might not be open, actually. Yes, I am a veteran myself, too. I have not benefited, I guess, as far as much as others for Yeah, they're not open till noon. My bad. So yeah, this is where you can get poutine if you want to buy poutine. I guess as far as from the diner. But yeah, I am a veteran myself. I guess as far as but like I said, I have not been the recipient or beneficiary, I guess, as far as of what Wounded Warrior Project does. I became aware of Wounded Warrior Project when I got out of the army, and I feel it's much better for it. All right, so we're gonna head ourselves back up to the house with our empty barrels because we got some. Oops, I got the parking brake still on. Turn that parking brake off. There we go. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on our barrels so they don't bounce out on us. I know Steele was mentioning this as far as putting the gas can in the cab. It's probably not safe to do that in most cases, but it's the only way we can keep it contained so it doesn't bounce out and we lose it, because the gas can gets lost pretty easily. So the more you can put inside of your truck or your car or whichever you're driving is better. So they got this thing going on. They got this thing going on here at night. They set the fire up on that thing for the John Baptiste Day, but yep. So you saw Jacques and Norman there over at the gas station. We already got full friendship with Jacques, so we got full access to being able to get fuel whenever we need it. There's a school bus. Whoa, dude! Did you see that? He was trying to hit us. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Yeah, we needed the horn there, I guess, as far as to let them know. Yep, we're getting tired again. Okay, no problem. We're making our way. Oh, car coming on around Dead Man's Curve. That's what I like to call it. Appreciate that. Am I saying that name? I know Deuce was mentioning it. Is it Fajista? So not Fiesta, but Fajista. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. I hate when I slaughter people's names. So some people work pretty hard, I guess, as far as with their name. I guess as far as to make a name for themselves. I guess as far as even if it is a call sign. I've had the call sign J-Rock, I guess, as far as since I was born. So I started off as Little Rock, and then just kind of graduated myself as age progressed. That I'm just now the OG Rock. Did it too? So I do not get offended, I guess, as far as you just want to call me Rock. That's perfectly fine. All my really good friends, I guess, as far as do so. Alright, we got a little bit of groceries to put away. So I think what I am going to do is probably just go ahead and get some sleep, right? Meow. Let's go ahead and shut this guy down. Alright, cool. We got lights on. Let's turn those off. We got bed lights. Just the regular lights. There we go. Let's get out. We gotta open the door first. There we go. Alright, so we do have a few bottles of maple syrup. We'll bring those in. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier as far as being able to pick up more than one thing at a time. I really hope at some point that becomes a thing. Or you get a chance to get it like a basket. Be able to put stuff in so you can carry more things at once. Okay. Let's get our can. I am not going to run the generator as we sleep this time. Although you could. It's very possible you could do that. You can take advantage, I guess, as far as being able to process some of that maple syrup. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it off for now. As we get a little bit of nappy nap here in a second. We're going to leave that poutine and that in there. We'll leave everything else in the truck. Take these things in. It's a strange name. I take no offense. That's not really a strange name, I don't think. You did say my name right? Oh, good. That's good. Appreciate the clarification. I don't think it's a strange name at all. I think it's a nice play on words, actually, to the original Fiesta. I'm sure you've got, you know, good means, I guess, as far as to choose that name. As for me, like I said, it's kind of in my name. I've had this name since I was born. So, call me the OG Rock, if you will. Alright, we got you know what? I never did close the fridge. Whoopsie. Alright. So this is where I store the maple syrup. I don't really keep it in here, I guess, as far as to keep them chilled necessarily. Just to kind of, you know, keep them organized. You do have other weans. I've seen other playthroughs, I guess, as far as that put it on the shelf here. They like to have their maple syrup at room temperature. So you can do that too. I was going to pick up some curds. I do have enough to make some poutine. We'll probably have to pick up some more after we... Because it goes through, I think, 50... one packet, basically, of curds per batch of 5. If I remember right. Yeah. So we're going to have poutine, have a little snacky snack before we get some sleep. Well, so hopefully we don't sleep in too long here. I think we're going to sleep in probably till about the same as we did. We need to get the sleep schedule back under control. So did it sell those barrels? I didn't realize that. Yeah, this is nuts. I'm gonna have to sleep again. Nope. See, I just slept. See, this is what I was saying. You got to have a little bit in your energy to be able to take another nap. So it's not gonna let me just advance. Oh my goodness, this is dark. All right, let's turn some flashlight on. So we left the. I don't like how this is off balance here, as far as we need to get the sleep schedule back on track here. I'm just trying to think of how I can do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill up. We're gonna have to do some nighttime maple syrup processing, I suppose. So we got our empty barrels. We need to. Oh man, I hate doing this stuff at night. I really do. I absolutely despise it. But the fact that our sleep schedule is kind of out of whack here, we're just gonna have to try and work with it. See, you were so tired in 9th grade and slurred out this name when I was trying to say Fiesta. I'm now 33. Hey, see, everybody's got a story, I guess, like I said, for your names. My story is like I was born with it. It's kind of in my name. So for those that know me IRL, I guess as far as they kind of know where it comes from. So I just kind of go with it. Alright, we're going to start this thing up. I think that's on. Nope, we gotta keep it on this way. Keeping in mind, this thing didn't run on that fuel. So it kind of sputtered out. So we got power going, sweet. Now we'll be able to go head over to the Sugar Shack. Got lights now, cool. Take our barrels with us, yep. Alright. Start her up. Plenty of fuel in there. Alright, lights, camera, action. Alright, let's park and brake. Cool. And take it nice and easy down to the Sugar Shack with our empty barrels. We got 7 barrels. Alright, so I had to reiterate again. I wasn't sure how many we did. I just remember we did buy a couple more because we're generating so much maple syrup now. And we're not even to 100 yet. Just imagine how many barrels we're going to need, I guess, first once we get up to 100 trees. Alright, get up here to get it parked right over here. That'll work. Cool. Yeah, but I kind of enjoy, I guess, as far as the stories of how some people have come up with their names. Mine's pretty unique, just as much as anybody else that's chosen the name that they have. You know what? You can turn the lights off on here. It's not a thing that your battery will get drained, I guess, as far as if you leave the lights on, but you know, we're following a little bit of protocols. Gotta keep it somewhat realistic, you know. Let's get these barrels out of here, and we'll get a fire going, and get some more of this maple syrup process. Now I know, I already observed that we got enough to make a barrel already. Let's bring 1 barrel in. Okay, set this up here like so. Yep. Let's get under the tap, and whoop, let go of it. Let go of it. Good grief. Okay. Alright. So yeah, we got enough, definitely got enough in there to so open that up there. We're putting some of the reservoir into the tank, to the barrel. Well, let's get a fire going so that we can actually process some more of this. We got the power going. You have to have power going to be able to process your maple syrup, which we do. We got lights. That's cool. We need some firewood. Put a few logs in there. Yeah, so I hope most of the insight I haven't heard from Best Bud again. Hopefully that's giving you enough insight on top of the wiki that's out there for this game. Like I said, I like to play through the game, I guess, as far as to kind of figure things out on my own. If I get stuck, then I'll consider the wiki. Or I like to follow other streamers like Gaming Gargoyle over on YouTube has given a lot of insight. He's gotten pretty far into the game. Oh, forgot to light it first. That's where I've been able to advance quite a bit, I guess, as far as also a couple other viewers of the stream, I guess, as far as that have given a lot of insight too. So I don't take all the credit, I guess, as far as for getting as far as I'd have. Plenty of viewers have given me a lot of insight, as well as other streamers on YouTube and such. Oh, so look at that. We already got steam coming off there, so we're making ourselves... Let's get a little sippy sip of some fresh maple syrup. Yep. Slurp it up. All I gotta do is just tap on the mug there, and as long as you got steam coming off the evaporator, you're able to get yourself a taste of fresh maple syrup. And that also will deplete, I guess, as far as your meter up there at the top right. Well, this barrel's full. That off the side. We don't have quite enough yet to make another barrel. Oh, we'll get that built up in the reservoir. It's got to babysit the fire here so that we can process the maple syrup that's out in the tank here. But yep, you can see already a little bit is down. You can see that's going down a little bit at a time. And because we got this reverse osmosis now, it goes about 50% faster than it did before. So that's very, very, very useful. Yeah. Yeah, so if anybody is fresh to the game, I know we had S-Bud, I guess, coming in there and just got in the game. And if you need any insight, I guess, as far as on that, I have minimal, but I do have some information about playthrough. I'm pretty up to date, I like to think, anyway, I guess, as far as of what's currently going on with the game, as far as the latest update and so on. We gotta put some more firewood in here. Keep that fire nice and hot. I have to cut some more firewood too. Yep, go through firewood quite a bit, and you do have the means. At one point, it's probably gonna take us a while, but once we get hooked up to power, hooked up to the grid, we'll be able to get the electric heater, save up for that. That's a better part of $16,000 or something like that. $16,000. So yeah, some of the stuff that you have to level up to be able to get leveled up to, it does cost a little bit. As we've seen, I guess, as far as with Norman, he wants 70,000 to be able to open up the racetrack again. So if we look at our map, the racetrack, if we go over the bridge past the right across that bridge, the racetrack is right over on that island over there. So it's to the closer to the bottom left hand of the map. Racetrack is right over in there, but it's closed. It's been closed since the start of the game. And now that we've got the friendships with with Norman there, he's making us an offer for $70,000 to reopen that track. So that's something else we got to work on. That's probably going to come way down the road, I guess, as far as to do that. We'll have to be producing much more maple syrup. Okay, we got enough for another barrel. Go ahead and put another barrel under here. Should have done that while I was flapping my gums. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I didn't see if it actually did sell those barrels or not. Ones that I put over there. I don't think it did. I'm trying to remember how much I had in the bank. That should have put us over 30,000. Huh. We'll have to go back over there at some point, I guess, as far as to see if it did sell those. Because if it didn't, we're going to have to fix that. Alright, so we're filling up that barrel. Alright, how's our fire doing? Oh, almost out. We got to put some more firewood in there. Put it in there. There we go. Yeah, so you have to have power going in order for the pumps to work, I guess, as far as to get it out of the evaporator through here to the reservoir into the tank, into the barrel. Yep. We got lots of maple syrup to process, as you can tell. Yep, see, look at how much we already processed. Alright, so we're getting this in the barrel. Now we are. And I don't know if we'll have enough to make that third barrel, but should be pretty close. Should be pretty close. So, again, you can play this game however you like. I've been focusing mostly on just producing the maple syrup, and not as much on upgrading the car, which we have that in the garage. I was going to show that, but in the garage there over by the house, we have our car in there. I have made some minor adjustments to it, but nothing too crazy. Okay, this barrel's full. That's another one we can sell. Not quite enough to make another barrel, but we'll get this set up here. Oh, crap. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, so as I was saying before, you know, the mechanics of the game are to be expected. It's early access. It can be pretty wonky, but it makes it so it's kind of super fun to play. I've been really enjoying it. So yeah, we're putting that in there. Not quite enough to make a full barrel, but we're still processing, so that's good. Oh, some more firewood. A couple more in there. Shouldn't have a whole lot in the tank yet. Let's go see what we got in here. Are we empty? Looks like it is empty, so we'll go ahead and let that fire. Oh, no, we do have a little bit. So that should be enough fire just to be able to get the, yep, to get that all processed. That should be good. That one's full. Cool. We'll go ahead and close the valve. And then whatever we have left, we'll just go right in the reservoir. We got 3 more barrels to sell. Out of the 4 we already did sell, which we should have made that $800. Okay. I should be able to sleep. You know what? I am going to do that. Let's go up to the house. They're going to sleep right meow, even though I'm not ready to, as far as to be fully tired. So we sleep 18. We should get up about 2 in the afternoon if my math is right. I got to hurry up and get there though. I don't want to sleep too long. As far as to be next to 7 o'clock in the evening. We got to get the sleep schedule back under control here. Alright, what I am going to do is I'll keep that running. Yes, let's go get some sleep right now. Not going to waste any time. Let's go do this. Hopefully, we'll get up by about 3 in the afternoon at this point. Let's see what we got here. Don't sleep in too long. Perfect. Okay, this will work. What I was hoping for. So I still don't think those barrels sold, because it should have put us over 30,000 in the bank. Should have. So I think the fact that it didn't, we need to probably take a trip over to our fuel can's empty. We're gonna leave that running. Okay, head back over to the sugar shack. See what we got going on there. We already got 3 barrels to sell, so that's good. I let that fire burn out. It should have been enough, I guess, as far as to produce whatever was left in the tank. It should be good there. Should be all okie dokie. Yep. Still, oh wow! Look at all the maple syrup we processed overnight. We had it next to an empty tank there, so we got all that maple syrup that we got just taking a little bit of sleepy sleep. Oh yeah. So how much we got in here? 39. So we had 12. So yeah, we only had that little bit in there, so that worked out pretty good. Alright, we're going to put these in the truck. We can sell these. Is that full? Yeah, it is full. Let me make sure. When we take an empty barrel with us, that'd be wasted effort. Alright, so we got these to sell, and we got the other 4 should be able to pick up. Oh, and we're going to take our fuel can back with us so we can get some more fuel. We are going to leave the generator running as we run our errands. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in the truck. Start her up, park and brake, and off we go. An eye on our barrels. Yeah, this is more like it. This is what I'm used to, I guess, as far as being able to do these types of tasks while there's daylight. So, yeah, we want to get to the Federation, go ahead and get these sold, get some more fuel. I think that's about all we need to do. I need to make sure those other barrels did sell. If those other barrels did sell, I didn't see that it actually gave us any money for them. I don't know why that happened. Alright. We'll pick up, grab the fuel can and get as far as on our way out. Okay. Park and brake real quick. Grab the fuel can. Toss that in. Right through the window. You know how that works, see? Alright. Trying to do this in a little bit of a hurry up here because I don't want to. I want them to be open when we get there. Okay, so we got our fuel can and our barrels. Cool. We'll be all good to go. Yeah, I'm super stoked at whatever. We made 100% friends with Norman, and he's giving us an offer on the racetrack, at least anyway. So that's something else we'll have to work towards. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we're just keeping an eye on our barrels, make sure they don't bounce out on us. Frank should be up. Yep, should be. Might be taking a nap, I don't know. Alright. Now, question is, will we see... Oh, we see a car going towards Dead Man's Curve there. Will we get one coming around Dead Man's Curve? Coming at us here around with Dead Man's Curve. That's always the question. It's a 50-50 shot. Will we see one this time? And the answer is... Nope, not this time. Not this time. Alright, I'm going to pick up some curds too while I'm going through town. Excuse me, dude. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Alright, we're gonna pick up some curds on our way. Oh, come on, brakes. Work brakes, okay. We need to get some curds. We can process some of our potatoes. We'll get one. Let's pick them all up. It's only $5 a deal. Pick up all 4 of these. We got enough curds. I think it only holds 200 curds, I think, in the fryer, but doesn't hurt to have extra. We don't need the potato because we're making plenty of seeds. Alright, put those all in there. Alright, good to go. Okay, a little bit of a pit stop there. Alright, off we go. Oh, shoot. What did I run over there? Is that a stop sign? I guess that was a stop sign. Got in my way. Okay. So the other thing I need to do, I should have... Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot to bring that letter, I guess, as far as for power company. Yeah, that's what I forgot. Alright, we'll get that. We're still on Wednesday. We should be good to go. I'll run back there and we'll bring that into town for probably Thursday. Yeah, so this is going to be 7 barrels we've already sold since we started here. This is going by pretty quick, actually. Almost too fast. So you get to see a little bit of the town, I guess, as far as in the daytime instead of at night. We had it earlier. Alright, so looks like they did sell. Alright. Okay. Doesn't seem like it gave me as much as it should have. This should have been $800. Huh. Okay. They did sell though. We got them in the sell point and they are not there, so okay. Must have missed the turn that off. Out of here, and we'll sell these 3 barrels. Now these we should be able to see sell. We'll make $200 each one. There we go. And we know these are gonna sell. But the fact that those other 4 that I put down earlier are gone, it should have put me over 30,000. See, I'm already over 30,000 right now. I should have already been at this point with the other ones that I already put there. So I don't know what happened. Anyway, we know at this point we sold. There's the other 4 barrels we already sold. You can pick those up right away. Rotating these out. Yeah. We gotta go inside and say hello to Eric too. Gotta keep up relationships with Eric there. Oops. I know I didn't get a chance to do that when we came here the last time because they weren't open. That was the only reason. Alright, so put all 4 of these barrels in there. Those are all empty. I'm just gonna rotate these 7 out for now. Okay, let's go inside here and say hello to Eric. We don't need anything as far as taps. What's up, dude? Oh, really? I did not know that. I know you knew a lot of stuff about maple syrup, though, that's for sure. So this is where you can buy barrels. You can buy taps, tubing posts. Eventually, we're going to get this guy. Yep, $18,000 electric auto heater. We got to get hooked up to power, though. Able to get that. That is another step. Alright, later, dude. Alright, we're going to go head over to gas station. And I'm going to pick up a couple more things of maple syrup just to have it. Doesn't hurt. Never have enough maple syrup, that's for sure. Never go wrong. And the fact that it's pretty inexpensive, all the more reason to just go ahead and snag it up. Snag it up. Alright, so we're going to head over to the gas station area, get some more fuel. Pick up a couple more things of maple syrup. More bottles. Oh, easy. Brakes. Come on, brakes. There we go. Brakes are kind of bad on the truck. Alright, parking brake, shutter off. We don't need any fuel in the truck. We're still good on that. Kind of conserving. Let's get some fuel in the gas can. So even as we're doing all this, the generator is still running and producing maple syrup even as we speak. Oop, gotta take the cap off first. Got ahead of myself. Take the cap off. Dang it. There. Sheesh. Put some fuel in it. There we go. We only use premium. Only premium. Only the best stuff for us. We definitely got enough money to be able to sign that letter and send it in and mail it. I think we're gonna definitely do that before the end of the deal here. You want to take advantage of getting hooked up to power, that's for sure. That's gonna be the big hoo-ha, I guess, as far as for today, for today's stream. All right, so we got fuel. Go pick up a couple of bottles of syrup. But we have an honor syrup. We already got a full friendship with these guys, so we don't need to really. Oh. I'm gonna be antisocial, I guess, as far as in there. Yep, you betcha. Oops. Put it down. There we go. We'll get about 3 of these. Actually, I'm gonna drink one right away too. Yep, drink that up. Now the diner should be open at this point. So when I buy these extra ones here, we're just gotta building it up there so that we have enough for the weekend. We want to be stocked up by the weekend. We definitely don't want to run on maple syrup. Definitely don't want to. So I figured just stocking up this way kind of helps that out. The only reason I do that. Alright, later dudes. Alright, we'll get some poutine over at the diner. Oh my goodness. Yep, they should still be open. I think they're open until 1700. Actually, it's about time we can do a pizza run. Yeah, we can actually do a pizza run. Yep, grab a thing of poutine. What's up, dude? Hey, this is a new guy. Cool, so $5 for a thing of poutine. We can actually deliver some pizza. While we're in the town here, let's do that. Have a little fun with delivering some pizza. Let's see, is it actually... Yeah, it should be spawning here in about 20 minutes. 20 minutes game time. Yep. You're making me hungry? Sorry. It comes with the territory with this game, you know? You got poutine, you can deliver pizza. Have some maple syrup. Almost makes me feel like I want to have pancakes, you know? Alright. So yeah, start it up. We're gonna keep an eye on our barrels. Okay, cool. So by the time we get over here, we should have the option to be able to deliver some pizza. Let's see what we got here. Alright, maybe we have to wait just a few moments here. Alright, let's give it a second. We'll be right at about 1700 hours. We should have the option to be able to deliver some pizza. And should be right meow. There it is. Cool. Give me some pizza. Yes. Take all the pizza and we'll deliver those. So the arrow that's showing up on top of the screen there. Yep, right below the follower goal. That is where we need to direction we need to go to deliver the pizza. So we got to follow that. And you don't have to get out of the truck to do this. As long as they're in your truck, it'll automatically deliver. So that's kind of nice. All right, here we go. We got to follow the arrow. Deliver some pizza. This is one of the little side games, side quests you can do here. You can make a little bit of money. It's not a whole lot. Make a little bit of money as far as selling some pizza. Alright, where's it at? Gotta find a green glowy thing here. I'm gonna cut through some yards. Where are we at? You get kind of graded too, I guess, as far as how fast you deliver these, so. The better grade, the more money you make. That's what I've come to find. So there's the first one. Stop on that spot. And the next one, we made about 17 bucks on that one. Cool. Next one's over here. Cutting through some yards. I'm sure they probably won't mind. There's the next one. And the last one's right over here. Made $16 on that one. And 15 bucks on that one. There we go. That was okay-ish fast. See? You kind of get graded a little bit. So yeah, you make a little bit of cash doing that. It's kind of fun. Little mini side quest you can do. Super fun. Alright, ooh, watch the barrels. These dudes are empty, so gotta get these filled up with Maple Syrup. Trying to do a hard break to kind of straighten up that one barrel. Kind of worried that's gonna just pop out on us. Keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on her. Wheels of the Universe, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. How we doing on this WhatEver Wednesday? Currently playing some Mon Bazou. Hope you're doing alright today. We're getting that much closer, I guess, as far as to hitting that follower goal. Once we hit that follower goal, that will trigger a giveaway here on the channel. That's for showing my appreciation, I guess, as far as for everybody showing the support on the channel. Oh, meat. That's a pretty color. That's a weird looking color. It's kind of like a neon green. Might have been just the way the sun went. Oh, come on, barrel. Stay on there. All right, I do. Next time we have to make a run into the town, I gotta remember to grab that letter for the power company. Gotta get that mailed. Need to get that mailed. And I'm hoping the fact that it's not letting me sign it, that it will still accept it. Hopefully. Hoping anyway. Oh, don't pull out, car. He thought about it. Definitely thought about it. Alright, so I think we're kind of on track now, I guess, as far as getting the sleep schedule back under control. That's good. Definitely a good thing. Alright. Alright, we need to drop off some things here at the house. So, let's go ahead. Park and brake. Shut her off for a second. I need to top off on the... That out there. Let's get out. We need to top off on the generator. That's for sure. Yep, we're a little bit less than half. Let's go ahead. We gotta take the cap off first. Fill it back up. My goodness, we are so low. Put it in. There we go. Top that guy off. I think this next time I'm going to sleep, I think I'm going to shut this guy off. Because I think we got way more maple syrup. We got a lot of maple syrup probably in the tank already. This should fill it right up. Should leave me a little bit left too. Nope. Actually use it all. Sweet. That worked out pretty good. Alright. We're going to go ahead and put the fuel can back in the truck. Next time we need to fill it up. Alright. We got some groceries to put away. I'm going to fix this barrel. Bother me. I don't like you sticking out like that. There we go. That's better. That's more better. Alright, so we'll put these in. These inside. Yeah, we had a busy day today, that's for sure. Where's all my curds? Crap, right on the other side. Yeah, so here's the car, for those that were wondering about the car. We did do some slight modifications to it, nothing too extreme. Put a new paint job on it, new tires, fixed up some dents. We got some dents, whatever, to fix, but yeah, we're focusing more on just getting hooked up with power, which we have plenty of money to do that. I think what I'm going to do, all that being said, just so I don't forget for next time we go into town, I'm going to take this letter with me. Put that right in the truck. There, this way we got it for next time. Always next time. Alright, so where's our curds at? Gotta get our curds out of here. We make our poutine. Put that all right here. Good spot for it. At least for now. You should have 4 packs of curds. 50 each. That's about one batch of 5 bowls of poutine per package of curds. There we go. It's definitely getting dark again. Should have one more? Yeah. This would be the last one. Q. Alrighty then. Okay, now head on over back over to the sugar shack. I'm gonna close the door, keep the skeeters out. We're in pretty good shape with don't need any poutine. Don't lose that letter. Alright. Lights. Camera, action, turn it on. Park and brake. Alright, cool. Alright, let's keep an eye on our barrels. Head on over back over to the sugar shack. Probably do some more nightly processing of our maple syrup. We've already sold 7 barrels so far. 7 barrels. That's the better part of $200 a piece. That's $1,400. My math is right. $1,400 worth of maple syrup already. I think my math is right. 7 times $200. Yeah, $1,400. Doing the quick maths. Alright, so let's park it right here. Cool. It's off. Add off. Cool. Let's see here. Now, keeping our letter in there. We got our fuel can for next. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Shut the door. Marvelous. Sorry. How much do we got in the tank? Oh my goodness, look at all that maple syrup we got. Yes, okay, we're leaving the generator running. Crap. Open the gate. There we go. Alright, cool. That barrel there. Let's get a fire going. Process some of that maple syrup. So at some point here too, I want to get that trailer so that I'm gonna end up having to buy some more barrels to process all this maple syrup that we're gonna be producing. So I think it's gonna be a good idea, I guess, as far as get that trailer. Think. All right, lighted that up. Oh crap! All right, that's good enough for now. All right, get the fire going. Sweet. Close that up. You don't really have to close it, but, you know, trying to maintain some realism here, you know. Let's do that. Let's get some maple syrup out of here. So we don't have quite enough. I'm going to keep that closed for now. Once we do get enough, I guess, as far as to make a barrel, I'm going to go ahead and open the valve up. You can keep it open and just let it go into the barrel as it's processing it, but, yeah, so we already got steam. Awesome. Pulling that out of the tank. There is. Cool. Let's bring the rest of these barrels in. Gonna need them. You're gonna need them. Set these up right over. Oh, crap. Oh, stand up. Probably gonna need some more firewood, too. I'm gonna have to cut some, cut a tree down or two. That's another thing we gotta stay up on top of. What I've gotten into the habit of doing, for those that have been watching the playthrough of this, as I cut trees down, I like to at least plant as many as I cut. That way I know there's going to be another one growing in its place. They do take time to grow in. You have to take that into consideration. So as it's doing that, let's check our fire. Alright, let's get them down there. Let's get some more firewood. Alright. Let's put a few more in there. Make sure it stays nice and hot. Cool. Okay, we're definitely going to need more firewood. So let's go ahead out here. Pick that up. There we go. We gotta get some clippings off a tree. Let's see where we can get some clippings. You do YouTube? I absolutely do there, Wheels in the Universe. I do have a YouTube channel, !YT. We'll give you the link to the YouTube. I have been posting the playthroughs to archive them, the Twitch streams over here on the YouTube channel. So yeah, definitely feel free to check that out if you so wish to. There's also a link at the bottom of the stream, I guess, as far as for the YouTube channel, but you can also type in !YT in the chat. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Yasso. I am trying my darndest, I guess, as far as to get things posted, I guess, as far as on the regular on that channel, just kind of give it a little bit more attention. But mostly, the main place that I do live stream is here on Twitch, just for full transparency. Okay, can't get any cuttings off of that. No cuttings off of that. That one's still growing. That one's still growing. We got a lot of trees that are still growing. What about this one? Nope. We gotta be able to get a clipping off of this one. No cuttings yet. That one's still growing. That'll be ready tomorrow. Alright. Come on, we need a birch tree. That's a maple tree. Are these ready? Yep. Okay, we got a clipping there. Cool. Clipping there, sweet. We'll get, got about 3 of them there, cool. Now we can put these up. Now we got 3 clippings out there, then we'll be able to plant those. I'll probably wait till morning. I'll just have to remember that I got those clippings right there. I'm gonna get some firewood cut. Priorities, you know? Alright, let's, how's the fire doing? Oh crap, we're almost out. Let's put some more firewood in here. How much we got processed here? Sweet, got enough for a barrel. Open that valve up. Cool. That should be, yeah, that should be enough for now. Alright, let's get some more firewood cut. Oh, this is gonna be fun trying to do this at night. Tell you what, need a chainsaw. Alright, so which tree do I have? I don't want to cut the maples, that's for sure. Okay, we'll cut this guy down. Sweet. There's one. That one's still growing. Alright, that's one tree at least anyway. Two. And I can cut down one more since I did get some 3 clippings. Couldn't get any cuttings off of this one here, but alright, we should be good. We got 3 cut down. Nope, gotta get them into logs first. Okay, get those some logs. Gotta cut it twice basically. Cut it once to cut the tree down, once to get logs. Another one to get logs. Alright, and I've got the log splitter right here. Put that away, sweet. Alright, let's go check our fire. Close the gate. Check our fire. I think we're gonna run out. Alright, let's put the last... Well, I guess we gotta... Let's turn that off. Kind of blinded myself here. Put these in here. Alright, we got enough for another barrel? Oh, we sure do. Alright, hold on. Another... Oh, wait a minute, I didn't put it in there. Shoot. I didn't put it in there. There it goes. Wasn't... I guess I didn't put it in there like I thought it was doing. Alright, so how much we got in the tank? We have... Oh, we're just about empty. Cool. So that should be enough fire to be able to process the rest of that maple syrup, as we're definitely putting that into the barrel. Sweet. Alright, so we're good. But we still need more firewood, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Where's my flashlight? So we cut these trees down. Let's get the logs up to here first before we start up there. If there's one thing I've come to learn, don't have the log splitter running it unless you're going to start splitting logs. That'll waste fuel. So if I had it running right now as I'm trying to move these up into here, it's going to use fuel. I just want to get those up closer to it. Oh, we're starting to get tired too. You know what? I can get a drink of fresh maple syrup here. Let's do that. Oh, it's still running here. Get a fresh drink of that. Sweet. We're going to be getting tired here in a moment. So I'll probably start splitting these up here in the morning. But I'll get them moved up here at least anyway. I'm going to let that fire burn out because that should be enough to be able to process what we got left in the tank. Okay. How often do you stream? I stream 3 days. I gotta remember now. So every Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays for farming Friday, and also on Saturdays. So 4 days out of the week. 4 days out of the week we stream. And we normally stream, I guess, as far as, for the most part, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for every stream. And usually go for, usually on average, about 3 to 4 hours. Usually the way I play through Mon Bazou is just from one Sunday to the next. Just to see how much we make on Sunday, I guess, as far as, because that's when we get paid by the Federation, I guess, as far as Farm Merple Circle. So, yeah, we're getting pretty tired here. So let's go ahead, we'll let this burn out. Cool. We got enough in there, sweet. Let's move this out of the way. Another barrel under here. That's another barrel. Here's my barrel and my other brother barrel. Okay, so the fire's out, sweet. Should have processed all of that. So we got at least 2 barrels. Alright, we're going to let that fill up. We need to make our way out back to the house here before we pass out. I know, you're tired. Alright, so we got more logs to be able to get moved over to the log splitter, but this is one thing you got to keep in mind. When you get this tired, you got to time it. Because I've done it before in my earlier part of playthrough. I waited too long, and I didn't make it to the house there to be able to get adequate sleep, and I passed out. And you'll come to, but you're all sluggish. And it takes you time, I guess, as far as to come back to full strength. So we're going to go ahead, shut this guy off. Okay, while we get some sleep. Yep. and that way we don't have to waste the fuel, because we don't need it on, I guess, as far as while we're sleeping, because especially we don't have any maple syrup that we need to process. It's all out of the tank. I'm gonna get a fresh snack of poutine. Cool. And now let's go ahead and go to bed. Now we got the sleep schedule back on track. It was a rough beginning there, I guess, as far as we're way off kilter, I guess, as far as with. Oh, dude, why'd he sleep in so long? Good grief. He must have really felt he needed it there. Alright, then. Alright. Double checking on there. Cool. Alright, we are fresh. Man, we slept in a little bit longer than I wanted to. We got a lot of stuff to do today. So, one of which, I want to get the generator back running so that we can be making more maple syrup as we make our errands, run our errands. We'll turn this guy back on. Yep, get that running. Cool. So that's what allows the maple syrup to get pumped out through the taps into the tank. So as we go on our little excursion here, run our errands, we'll be able to get some maple syrup into the tank. We'll see how many barrels we got to sell here. I think we got at least 2. Got at least 2 there. And then also, I want to take that letter and go ahead and mail it to get hooked up to power. And then we'll come back here, and we got some firewood to chop. Split. Alright, so we got at least 1 tank here. How much we got left in here? 60, okay. Pretty average. So yeah, we got at least 2 more barrels to sell. Take those with us. Leave the other 2 here. Alright. Yeah. Cool beans. Alright. Alright, so we got the leather. Gonna make sure I got the leather. Hey, lay down flat. There we go. Yep, we got the letter with us. Cool. We got their fuel can. Awesome. We're good to go. Start her up. Park and brake. And off we go. Off to see the Maple Syrup guy. I don't know. Can we make a song out of that? I was gonna go, like, you know, kind of like off to see the wizard type of thing. I'll have to come up with a song for that. This game is really fun. I've had a lot of fun. This is like I said, I play this every Wednesday, and we've got 14 episodes. This will be the 14th episode, I guess, as far as for this. It's super fun. I mean, it's just it's so goofy and funny that you can't help but want to play it. All right, off we go. We go and sell our maple syrup, and also to mail our letter. Now, again, I'm hoping with the mistake I made of signing it previously and not mailing it, the fact that my signature isn't physically on the letter to the power company, I'm hoping it'll still get accepted. I don't know if it'll let me know if it's not or what. Well, I guess we'll have to see. I definitely want to get it mailed though, so we can get hooked up to power. Definitely want that. We've got plenty of money, I guess, as far as to be able to do so. That's for sure. And we're making Maple Syrup by the making enough money on the Maple Syrup, I guess, as far as each day. We've already sold. What did we say? 7 barrels. So this will be 9 barrels so far this week. In this game week, we got no car coming around the bend this time. Like I said, it's always usually a 50%, 50-50 shot. Alright, we gotta close it in the car. Out of my way, dude. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Alright, so not Friday yet. Otherwise, we'd have Roger we could visit. Yeah, we'd have Roger we could visit. He's not there just yet. He'll be there tomorrow. In game tomorrow. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it, as far as if you've considered getting this game. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's still being actively worked on. The latest update has added a weed dealer, so you have a means to sell cannabis, lots and lots of cannabis. I guess as far as to them, make good friends with those guys. And getting a bunker in your bathtub or underneath your bathtub is kind of cool. All right, so we should have some other barrels here to take with us. Yep, previous ones we sold. All right, let's do this. Cut that off. Go ahead and sell our barrels. Alright, so barrel number 1. Oh shoot, are they closed? Yeah, they sure are. They just closed, actually. Alright, we're going to set these up at least anyway to sell. Alright. like we did last time. So even though the sell point is not there, kind of know it's right there. So once they're open again for Friday, should go ahead and sell these two. I'm gonna put these right in position. Alright, so I'm gonna take our other 3 barrels that are already processed. These are the previous barrels we sold, and that'll give us more to be able to refill. Yep, so we got reusable barrels. Recycle, refill, rinse, repeat. Yvonne. Alright, wait. So they're gonna be closed, so Eric, we're not gonna be able to talk to Eric. Alright, bummer. Bummer deal. Alright. Anyway, we need to go stop to post office. So I'm gonna get fuel and then stop to the post office to be able to mail that letter. You play Farm Sim? I absolutely do. We do every Friday. We've been playing through on Fridays. On Fridays, I guess, as far as with Wild West, and I play along with it's a collaborative playthrough on the Wild West with Evan the Bandito. Yes. So we're already a month into, I guess, as far as the playthrough on Wild West. Whoop, hold on. Let's stop here. Yes. So we can get fuel even after they're closed. I like this. I love this option, being able to get fuel whenever we need it. Love it. Yeah, having the full friendship with Jacques definitely comes in handy. We're not worried about what time it is, right? Okay, so stand up. There we go. Take the cap off. Yep. So every Friday on that, anyway. Feel free to tune in on that. We have been having a lot of fun on there as far as the way that map is developing so far. Yeah, we're making gold pallets and such like that. It's pretty fun. You play Farm Sim a lot? Yeah. I do a lot of single player stuff. Playthrough, I guess, too. I like all these mods that are coming out, especially on the official mod hub. Are pretty interesting with the addition of productions, I guess, as far as 422. I know, I have a lot of fun. I've been actually dabbling as far as making some of my own productions too. Yeah. Nothing really to show, I guess, as far as, you know, to the general public as of right now, but yeah, I do tend to do that. You know, just to kind of touch on some of the things that haven't been really applied, I guess, as far as in actuality to the game. Yeah, we got enough fuel in the truck. We're good there. Alright. So, we don't want to forget to stop over the mail, the post office, that's what I meant. Gotta mail our letter to the power company. And I'm gonna try signing in again just to see, but I'm not sure. Let's park it right here. Just gonna run in real quick here. Mail our letter. Where's my letter? I'll get it on the other side. Right, going to the other side. All right, there we go. All right, let's open this guy up. Yeah, so it's not letting me sign it, so I'm hoping it'll still take it. It's not giving the action to... Let me double check here something really quick. I need to look at the controls. I know I've been messing with some of the keybinds. I just want to make sure. Hoping. Okay, I think we should be good. Yeah, the fact it doesn't let me physically sign it again. I already signed it once. Again, for those that have been watching, I guess, as far as the playthrough of this, I already accidentally signed it. I hadn't mailed it yet, but the signature went away. So I don't know if that's just a bug with the game. Alright, it did mail it, so here we go. And it did take the money out, so that's good. So that must have been right. Cool. So it did take the money out, so we still got $1,352. Nice. Alright, so it did take it. Awesome. So that's going to take a few in-games. I can't remember how many in-game days it's supposed to take to... So it's not an immediate thing. It does take a few in-game days, I guess, as far as for them to get it hooked up. So we won't need to do this anymore with the fuel can as much. So from what I understand, and it's still going to have to present itself, I guess, as far as to be true or not, if you forget to pay your bill, they will shut it off on you, and you'll have to rely on the generator to be able to get power. So I don't think it completely eliminates the generator. I don't know if that's been changed, I guess, as far as in recent updates, but we'll find out. If it completely eliminates having to use a generator, I won't have a problem with that. But I do know from what I've seen from other playthroughs that if you don't pay your bill, they shut your power off until you pay it. So definitely don't want to forget to pay your power bill. Yeah. So Wheels of the Universe, what type of maps have you been playing on, I guess, as far as in Farm Sim? If I could ask. A lot of really fun maps out there. I know one of my favorites is, as of late, has been Western Wilds. But also, we've done a playthrough on No Man's Land, which is also another map done by the same creator in Alien Gym. AJ just makes some pretty cool maps, I feel. But that has been the main maps, I guess, as far as that I've played on so far. They've been super fun. I kind of like the open construct, I guess, as far as the map, to not have a lot going on with it. You have the ability of being able to sell things and add your own stuff to it. Kind of make it your own. It's kind of a really cool concept. Alrighty then. Yeah, we're definitely right on track now, I guess, as far as with our sleep schedule. Yeah, that was totally out of whack when we first started out here, and that was rough going here. So, all right, still got our groceries sitting out here. I forgot about those. Looking good, I guess, as far as closing up on the weekend. Fuel can out here. Shut that off for a second. All right, let's put the fuel can over here. So we're still gonna have to rely on the generator up until they get us hooked up to power. Yep. But the letter has been sent. We spent the money, I guess, as far as to get that. Do the fuel can right there. Alright. We're gonna head over to the Sugar Shack, and we got some, should have some, at least anyway, some maple syrup to process. Okay. Start her back up. Park and brake, and off we go. You like Western Wilds? My save got deleted. Uh-oh, that's not good. I hear a lot of that going on there. I have not had that problem on a lot of playthroughs. Unfortunately, I haven't. I don't have any insight, I guess, as far as how to eliminate that or prevent that, because I haven't had that problem myself, as far as losing my save game. But yeah, that stinks. How many hours did you have in that save game? Again, if I could ask. Hopefully, you didn't have too much into it. That would really stink. You know, it's kind of stink. It really does kind of stinking as far as you get a lot of game hours into it, and yeah, it just goes poof. I get into the habit anymore with a lot of games, even especially with Mon Bazou. I tend to save my game somewhere else. You know, like on a flash drive, you know, in a separate location, so that way if it does tend to go away, I have something to fall back on. You know, even to put it up in my cloud drive or something like that. I don't know. I just, with a lot of games, you know, doing that type of things like that, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Alright, so how much maple syrup do we have in the tank? Find out here. Oh crap. How did that happen? You gotta love the mechanics of this game sometimes, I guess, as far as the way it's time to work though. Yeah, 90 plus. Yeah, that's a super bummer. That's a lot of hours into that. Actually, we did not get any. What? How did we not get any? Should have gotten some maple syrup. What the heck happened there? So I had it running while we were gone. Huh. Anywho, we sold 9 barrels so far this week, so we're in good shape. Not 100% sure why it didn't produce any more maple syrup while we're running our errands there, but okay. Alright, we're going to keep that thing running, I think, I guess, as far as get it tapped while we're sleeping and all that good stuff. I was really hoping to be able to get some fresh maple syrup out of here, but okay. We'll have to go up to the house and get a fresh one out of the fridge. Okay, problem. We got this. So I thought maybe we could do some nighttime A little bit anyway, I guess, as far as that. If nothing else, we can always split some firewood. Yep, so got that too. Flashlight. Yeah, we got firewood to split. Alright. Stand this guy up. Oh man, if I haven't mentioned it enough here, it's super rough, I guess, as far as trying to do some of a lot of these tasks here at night. It's so dark sometimes. Okay. So we do have some here. Let's go ahead. Turn this guy on. Oh, kill switch. It's a two-step process. You gotta kill switch and then you gotta crank it. I don't know how much fuel I got in here, but keep it running here until it does run out of fuel. Oh, oh wow. I grabbed it, it just says it cut it. That was funny. Oh, Ralph is trying to do uptime? Yeah, he missed it by 1 letter. That's about all. Yeah, we've been going now for almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. We're closing in on 2 hours. Oh, shoot. Did I run out of fuel? I was just saying that, too. Crap. I ran out of fuel on this thing. Son of a gun. Yeah, we're out of fuel. Dang it. Alright. We do have... I left it up over there by the house. Son of a gun. Alright, we're gonna have to go get it. We don't have any maple syrup to process, but you know, want to keep busy, I guess, as far as while we get tired. We gotta go. I gotta go back up to the house here anyway. Get myself a sip of. Maybe need some maple syrup. We're getting a little bit thirsty. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, closing in on 2 hours. The fact that we kind of breezed through this week really fast. We're already up to Thursday. We did send the letter in, I guess, as far as to get hooked up to power. Which is going to take a few in-game days. I don't know if we'll be hooked up by the end of before Sunday. We'll see. I need some maple syrup, yeah. So I got my stock here. Let's go ahead and grab one. And we also need the fuel can so that we can put some more fuel in the log splitter. Okay. So what I'll do before I do that, I'm going to top off the fuel on this guy. Yeah, so we need to cap off this first. Cap off of that. Alright, we'll top this guy off. I think I'm going to end up shutting this off when we sleep. I've been kind of going back and forth between either having this running... Yeah, we still got plenty of gas in there. Cool. Either having this running while we're sleeping or not. And it just depends. You know, if you're really close to getting a full tank or not. I may just leave it running, I'm not sure. We'll play it by ear, just as far as to see what we're feeling there. We might just leave that generator running while we're sleeping, so that at least we're processing some maple syrup into the tank as we sleep. That might not be a bad idea. Alright, so for right now, we don't have anything in the tank. A little bit empty, because we're outside of the prime time, I guess, as far as to be able to tap it out of the trees, so... we need some fuel in here. I think the cap is still off it. Ow. Put some more fuel in there. Doesn't take as much as a generator, but it needs fuel nonetheless. Cool. Let's go ahead and put this in the truck. That way the next time we may head back up that way, we'll drop that off there by the generator, or we can just go get some more. Hello? The door. Dang it. Alright, let's set that up. Son of a gun anyway. Lay down nice. Come on now. Be nice. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're getting a little bit sleepy. And that's okay. We'll work as long as we can, because as far as while we still got some energy. Alright. Like to stay fully productive as much as we can. Yep, so we just ran out of fuel. That's all it is. That's why it stopped running. Alright, split some more. We're doing some nightly log splitting here. Nothing like a little bit of nightly log splitting. Now that we got some fuel in the log splitter, be good to go for a little bit. I got, I think, more logs there on the hill. I brought up as many as I could here earlier. I think we do got some more down the hill. We cut down 3 trees. I still got those 3 clippings for other trees that we, you know, to compensate it for what we cut down. Highly recommend to do it that way if you think about it. Alright, so we got these all cut. Whoa, let's get these out of the way. Kill this for a second. Get them out of the way. Alright, kill it. There we go. Don't waste the fuel. Alright, let's get these guys out of the way. Yeah, I do remember. I gotta definitely remember to plant those clippings, otherwise they ain't gonna grow while planting them. In fact, what I might do, once I get these out of the way, so now that we got some firewood, that's good. Let's, so down here, there's a cluster of birch trees here. Right here. I got the clippings. Yep, so here's one. Cool. Let's go ahead and plant this guy up over here. Yeah. Does the generator create clean sin wave, or is it square wave? Square wave. Oh, I have no idea, Rolls. No idea. I don't think it's that particular, I guess, as far as with the generator. That's a good question, though. Yeah. I don't have the answer to that, though. It does strike a very good question, though. Let's see, where are my other birch trees? I think I put those right. I did cut down quite a few. What the heck did I do with all my birch trees? This is why it's hard to do this type of thing at night. Alright, so I cut these guys here. Okay, so I'm gonna plant them right here. There we go. We got these other logs right here. Let's plant this guy right about there. That'll work. Now, we got 2 more clippings out here. Okay. The fact that we won't need to use the generator here much longer, just as far as once we get power. We definitely already sent the letter. It did accept my letter. It took my money, so I'm hoping to get hooked up to power here in the next couple days. Oop, crap. Look at that. Plant it right about. Nope, no space. There we go. That planted. Cool. Yep. So we got a couple trees that are getting ready to be fully grown. It's nice. Okay, last clipping. I want to forget about these guys. Alright, so this is our last clipping we got to plant. And as I said, definitely recommend, I guess, as far as if you cut trees down, if you can get clippings off them before you cut them, do that and then replace the trees that you're cutting. So that way you always have an abundance of trees, I guess, to be able to have something to cut. Otherwise, if you cut all your trees down without taking that into consideration, you're not going to have any trees. So, whether it be birch or pine or maple. Maples, they tend to be a little bit more particular where I want those as well. So I'm trying to get them all into that area on the other side of the sugar shack. We got 58 of them over on that side. To include these over here, too, along the perimeter. Okay. Yep, so we're getting ourselves worked up here to get tired. So we planted the trees, that's good. Alright. I think we're going to just leave that there for now. That should work. Got all our barrels inside. We'll leave that in there. Let's head on back up to the house. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Get some sleepy sleep. Get a little bit of snacky snack. There we go. There. I was waiting for him. He's got to be yawning here pretty soon. Yeah, he's got to be yawning here pretty soon. So we're just going to make our way up to the house. Get a little snacky snack before we get some sleepy sleep. Definitely glad we got somewhat of the sleep schedule back under control. It was a little out of whack. Alright, so we'll probably sleep till about 2 or 3 in the afternoon again. Alright. Oh, turn the flashlight off. We're going to go ahead. Do we want to leave that running? That was the question that we were posing there. I think I will. That way we can produce some maple syrup as far as we sleep. Yeah. Alright, so let's get a little bit of maple syrup. And a little bit of poutine. And a belly if I'm going to go get some sleepy sleep. There we go. That way all the things will be nice and rejuvenated. There we go. So yeah, I think it's going to be about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. $400. It did sell those barrels. Okay, I think I missed that last time. Yep, I think I missed that last time when it sold the 4 barrels. So yep, it just sold those. Cool. So we're up to 9 barrels sold for the week since we started here Sunday. So yep. It reminds me of summer car. It's exactly almost like that. The only difference is from my summer car to this one is this is more Canadian, French Canadian based. It does have a lot of the same. It's a little bit more simplistic. I will say that. My playthrough of my single player throughs, I guess, as far as with my summer car, it's a lot more in depth as far as what you have to do to build the car. This one's much more simplified. It's not quite as in-depth, I guess, as far as my summer car. So it's whatever your flavor happens to be. If your flavor is you like that in-depthness, I guess, as far as what you got to do as far as to get all your bolts just right, I guess, as far as in place or not. This game, it definitely takes the the criticalness out of it, I guess, as far as have everything exactly perfectly right. It kind of helps that out in that's what makes it more fun for me on this game in comparison to my summer car. Not that I don't like my summer car. My summer car is its own animal. If you like I said, if you like that more in-depth approach, I guess, as far as to having all the bolts and everything lined up just right so that the things run the way they're supposed to, my summer car is your thing. If you're not as worried about that as much, then this game would be more your days. I'm gonna put these right in the basket. Should be able to put these all in there, I think. Yep, 200 curds. I think that's all it holds is 200, so we might have 2 left over, which is fine. Oh, it does take them all. Sweet. Wasn't sure if it did or not. Good deal. All right, so we got plenty of curds to be able to process some of our potatoes. All right, which we do need to get more of those planted. We got to process some more potatoes. All right, so how did we do? Good there. Let's go check and see how much maple syrup we do have in the tank. This game, more my speed? Yeah, see, it just depends on what your flavor is. I mean, I like the fact that you can, the parallels, I guess, as far as to my summer car and this game. I think that's why Santa Goat kind of went that. Oh, wow, we got a full tank here, folks. Look at this. Just overnight. That thing got filled up. Yeah, having these 58 trees, it ain't no joke, man. No joke. Alright, let's get some of this firewood in here. No joke. So, yeah, we gotta bring this firewood in here real quick. Alright. We can always bring it from outside here. That's not a big deal. I just usually like to have it inside. Let's go ahead and get a few firewood in here. Get a fire going so we can process some of that there in the tank. Yeah. Alright, let's get in there. You get in there. All right. Pick it up. You. Oh, crap. Come on now. Alright. Piece of paper. Crinkle that up. Nope. You get in there. You're going to get blasted here. Oh, I forgot to slant it on the floor. Light it up. Alrighty, cool. Put that back on the shelf. Yeah, sure. Line on the floor. Okay. We should be producing... Now, we do have firewood outside. It's good. That's why we had to cut the trees down, because need that to start the fire. That fire nice and hot. Let's bring these all in while that's burning. Making some good progress here. 9 barrels sold. I'm super. So 800 plus 4. That's 1,200 bucks that we sold. Maybe my count was wrong because I was figuring 1,400. So we're either 1,400 or 1,200. That's a lot of Merper Circle for the week. For what we've got going here, at least anyway, that's quite a bit of Merple Circle. The fact that we still got almost 1,800 bucks in the bank after spending as much as we did to get hooked up to power, I think that's saying something. It's definitely saying something. Yep. Staying productive. That's what we want. No problem, Yasso. Probably be here for a little bit. Just trying to get ourselves to Sunday. It's usually the way I play through this on this, just to see how much. So we're up to since last Sunday. We made $5,800 by Sunday. That was our payday for last week. So we're hoping to at least maintain that or get better than $5,800 this week. Yeah. So we do know that barrels do drop off. I guess as far as you only earn that money for barrels that you previously sold for so many days. Right? It's only 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 weeks, I should say, worth of paydays as far as on Sunday. So we do know as... I know I've sold more than... It doesn't really keep a count here in the game. It's gotta be, at this point, I think I've sold probably over 100 barrels. It's gotta be. I think over 100 barrels I've sold. Just trying to do all the math, I guess, as far as we were at 30,000. We've obviously spent some money on things. But the fact that it doesn't really leave that stat, I guess, as far as how much barrels we actually do... gonna go probably watch Friday. Have a good stream. Hey, no problem there, Universe. We hope to see you on Friday. Like I said, we'll be streaming for on Friday through the Western Wilds with Evan the Bandito. Should still be on the schedule. And yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Definitely hope to see you then. Appreciate you stopping on in. I guess as far as see what we got going on here for WhatEver Wednesday. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we've been focusing quite a bit on mowing a lot of grass. We did get one field set up for a crop, and I think we did beans last time. So that's something that still needs to be considered, I guess, as far as for our next crop to grow on Western Wilds for Friday. We already did beans. We already sold those. Made some money off of that. So that was a good thing. Alright, we got this batch of firewood at least. Oh, we gotta check our fire too. Forgot about that. See, that fire, gotta keep it going. Put a couple pieces of firewood in there. Whoa, get in there. There we go. Okay, and we should be producing some... Yep, not quite enough there for a barrel, but getting there. Alright, we got some more logs down here we gotta bring up here. We got their brand new trees that we just planted. Sweet. I want to get to the point, probably by the time we get to Saturday. Yeah, so we're on Friday right now. I want to focus on processing some of those potatoes and some poutine. So, because we got still some plants with some potatoes, I guess, to harvest. And I need to clear out some of the baskets by processing those into poutine so we have the means to be able to harvest the rest of the potatoes. I need to get those seeds replanted, get those growing again. Yeah. Yeah. We're keeping super busy. Pick it up. Alright, so we got a couple pieces of logs here, and we got a bunch over there too. Cut down 3 trees, so lots of firewood. Oh, next pile over here. Got it. Alright, check on our fire. I want that to burn out on us. Yeah, let's put a couple more in there. Nice and hot. Some like it hot. Some like it hot. You know what? This map gas is bugging me on the floor. Pick it up. Up on the shelf. Thank you. Alright, cool. That was super bugging me. My OCD was getting the better of me. Alright, so we're just bringing all these logs up to log splitter so we can get these all split. This is the better part of 3 birch trees. And we planted 3 new ones so that we can have those growing in. So some of these that were close to... Yep, this one's ready. That one's still growing. That one's still growing. This one's good. That one's almost ready. So yeah, we got plenty of trees, I guess, as far as that are fall back on, I guess, as far as from what we are cutting down. That is the most important thing. On my very early going there, I was cutting down so many trees and selling the firewood to the brother and so on like that. I wasn't taking into consideration that, hey, you got to plant more trees there. Yeah. Alright, so let's get this, check our fire again. Gonna burn is really hot. Yep, a couple more in there. Yep. Cool. We should have enough here for... Oh yeah, we definitely got enough for a barrel. That out. And how are we doing out in the tank here? We're only about halfway. Alrighty then. Alright, let's get this running. We got all the logs up here. Alright, you do the kill switch. I always forget about the kill switch sometimes. Okay. Uh-oh. That one didn't quite make it in there. Hold on. Didn't make it in there. There it goes. Do it from either side. It's like Seymour. Feed me, Seymour. Little Shop of Horrors. Anybody remember that movie? Oh, gotta get all the firewood out of the way. Got cluttering it up here. Gotta keep an eye on that. So as long as we got white smoke, we're good. If it turns black, then we know we're in bad shape. But even as you're doing stuff outside here, if your smoke turns black, that means your fire's going out. Or it has gone out. Just a fair mention. Alright, so got all that put up. Let's kill that. Cool, save the fuel. Let's see how we're doing here. Yep, put a couple more in there. And let's look and see how we're doing in the tank. Yep, just below half. We still got plenty to process. Not quite enough to get another barrel. Let's close that up. Got this barrel to sell. This will probably be for next week. We're getting it set up here to sell next week. The fact that we've sold at least 9, maybe 10 barrels this week, that's pretty doggone good, I have to say. Pretty doggone good. Alright, let's get another barrel set up under here. Once we get enough to get another barrel, we'll go ahead and open the valve up. Oh, it got dark really quick there, didn't it? So let's bring all the rest of this firewood in there while we're babysit the fire. Oh, how did this get tipped over? Stand back up. There you go. So we got 4 barrels to be able to fill back up again. Okay. I definitely need the flashlight out here. It's too dark. Throw this in here. Now, you don't necessarily have to put this stuff in the sugar shack. I'm just kind of doing something so I'm not just standing there twiddling my thumbs while we're babysitting the fire. I figure having the firewood closer to where we need it kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, definitely need a couple more in there. A couple more in there. Okay, and how are we doing on the tank? Just about empty. That should be enough fire to finish the rest of it. Yep. I've gotten that proficient on it, so yep, that should be enough fire to get the rest of that. Is that going to be enough to do another barrel? Oh yeah. Add up. That's 2 more barrels we got processed. That'll be, we're getting ourselves ready for next week at this point. Probably won't have enough time because we can't sell barrels that get as far as on the weekend. They're not open on the weekend. So we only have Monday through Friday to be able to sell those. You can set them up over there, right? But they're not opening as far as being able to sell them. Well, they're not open on the weekend. So that's just what I take into consideration. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and let this fire burn out. That should be all of it out of the tank. Looks like it. That was good. Got at least 2 barrels. 2 left in the tank and the reservoir. That's another barrel back in the truck. Another barrel. That'll be ready to go for next week. We got 3 more barrels to deal with here. Let's go ahead and get this under tap here. Cut that guy out for a second. I feel like I'm blinding myself with that on. Alright. Fire go out. Yippers. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just going to get myself nice and tired out so that we can get some more sleepy sleep. Yeah. We're in good shape. Got it all straightened out, I guess, as far as we got off to a rough start, I think, at the sort of late Sunday into Monday. But looking forward to see how much we make on Sunday. Payday. I'm hoping it is at least $1,500 like we did last week, if not more. Not more. Definitely always look forward to getting more. That's for sure. Who doesn't like more? Yeah, lots of firewood. And we're going to need it, because you can tell we go through quite a bit of it, I guess, as far as the process of that maple syrup. This would do. So the fact that the generator is still running, even as I'm doing all this, kind of worries me a little bit, because I'm wasting fuel. Don't really need it running, because we're not processing any maple syrup, let alone pumping any more out of the trees. So at this point, I'm just trying to get myself tired out. And I think I might wait just till midnight. Just till midnight. And we'll go get some sleep. So I might not be 100% tired, but I think we'll just go ahead and sleep at midnight. Get a nice night's sleep. Because also what I'm looking at is the maple syrup. I'm going to need to get that taken care of as far as before I go to bed. So, yep, that's building up pretty fast. Keeping an eye on it. Once he starts grunting or whatever like that, then I'll know for sure. I don't have much more time to waste. Okay. Should be here any time now, I guess, as far as hopefully he doesn't start grunting, I guess, as far as need some maple syrup before I get all this firewood. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I'm going super duper fast. Trying not to waste no time. Alright. Pieces of firewood left. I could definitely just leave them out here, like I said. You don't have to bring this in. Just kind of building up some... I'm not trying to waste too much time is all. Alrighty then. So, that's all done. Go ahead and make our way up to the house. And we're just past midnight, working on 1 o'clock in the morning. We're going to get some sleepy sleep. Get a snacky snack before I go to bed. I don't know why my anxiety's going up. Not 100% sure. But I think once we get some sleep, that should go down. A little bit of a cloudy night tonight, actually. Alright, we're going to go ahead and shut this guy off. What we got? Oh, half a generator. Cool. We'll shut it off. Not going to keep that running while we sleep this time. It's kind of a toss-up, like I said, though, whether or not you keep the generator running while you sleep, because obviously, as we've come to find, when you leave it running as you're sleeping, it definitely will produce some maple syrup. Get one out of here. Put these two away. Oh, ba-dum, ba-dum. Shoot. Get in there. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, you don't. Get in there. I know you don't. Cool. And I guess we'll get a little bit of poutine, too. Sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and get some sleep. I know I'm not 100% tired, but this will keep our sleep schedule. It's kind of in line here. And I'm hoping it'll bring down the anxiety a little bit, too. It did not. Okay, but that's fine. So, yeah, we got a really early start here. That's what I was hoping for. Cool beans. We got some stuff to do. So let's go ahead and get the generator back on. While we're doing all this. Let's get this back running. Do some more of that maple syrup. So yeah, we made it to the weekend. Sweet. Let's go ahead and make some poutine so that we can free up a basket or two. We got still some potatoes to harvest, so let's get some more French fries in here so we make some poutine. We got plenty of curds. Plenty of curds. Be able to make some fresh poutine here. Fill it right up. Alright, it's full. Let's go ahead and run that. That'll give us 5 bowls of poutine. We should still have some in here too. Yep. We do. Let's go put some of these away. While we're waiting. That should produce 5 more bowls out of that. There they are. That should give us 5 bowls. Lots of poutine. You like it. You like it a lot. Alright, cool. Fresh batch here. Yeah, so we needed power anyway too, I guess, as far as to be able to run the fryer. But we're also producing maple syrup in the tank there from the trees as we speak as well. So we're staying all kinds of productive. Alright, let's get some more fries. So we're trying to free up these baskets here so we can harvest the rest of our potatoes. And one way to do that is just to cut up some potatoes, make some poutine, so we can do that. The fact that we made friends with Mom or whatever, that she gave us the fry basket to be able to do this. Alright, it's full. Go ahead and run that. Another 5 bowls of poutine. So as long as you keep these baskets here within close proximity of the fryer, it helps make that work. Alright, there's some more bowls. There'll be 5 more bowls. We left enough room against the fires to let them spawn in. What's the final goal in this game? Basically, and this is just my approach to it. I'd rather go ahead and do it. I guess as far as so that. Hold on a second, folks. Alright, so someone just told me I got some foodstuffs. Cool. Awesome. Listen, so speaking of which, we're making some foodstuffs, I guess, as far as we speak. So yeah, we were talking about the final goal of the game is to, in my opinion at least anyway, from my playthrough, I guess, of this, is to get all the friendships, I guess, as far as with those, like, what do you call it? Norman or whatever, so that you can get the racetrack open. Get your car souped up so that you can actually race it there, right? I think that's the end game, in my opinion. It might be different for somebody else. It might be just to get, you know, as many maple trees as you can possibly get. I mean, I think it's different for everybody. But for me, I feel it's getting this thing all souped up so you can actually race it, get the racetrack open, get all the friendships, I guess, as far as with everybody you need to, like Roger and, you know, just everybody, you know. And be able to get all the things like the racetrack open and stuff. That's just my personal opinion, I guess, as far as the final goal, I guess, as far as this. It might be different for somebody else, though. Somebody else just might be able to want to get, like I said, all the maple syrup they can possibly get in the game. I don't think there is any end to it, actually. Or to be a weed dealer. The fact that they got that in the game, too. I mean, it's the sky's the limit, really, on this thing, I think. There really is no wrong way to play it, as I've continuously said. You may just want to make, you know, harvest potatoes and just make all the poutine. I mean, do what you want. Okay, so all the baskets are empty. That's what we're trying to do. So now we can go out here and harvest our potatoes. We'll harvest the rest of our potatoes. Oh, cannabis is coming in pretty good too. Nice. So we got this one's ready, that one's ready, that one's ready, this one's ready. Oh, we're already full. See, that was three plants on that one. That was kind of weird. Sometimes it's 2 and sometimes it's 3. I don't get that. I don't 100% get that. All right, so we got some more potatoes. We'll put these on the floor here for a second. As we get these filled back up, we'll put them back up on the stove. All right, so I just want to get all these. Trying to get as many of these potatoes harvested as possible and get these replanted. Yep, that was 3 again. Okay. Well, yeah. So now we're getting 3 in a basket as opposed to 2. Started off there, we're only getting 2 in a basket. Guess some potatoes are a little bit more productive than others. Not sure. The fact that we get as many potatoes as we do, definitely like that. All right, so I am. Still think I'm going to be short on... We're still going to be short on baskets, though, I think. Dang it, it's already full. See, that was only 2. And we only got 1 more basket. Alright, so we'll probably have to make some more poutine. Okay. Set that guy right there. And we got 1 more basket. It's not going to be enough to get all the rest of these. I got cannabis in my other 2. Okay, so we're going to try and produce some more poutine. Well, that's already full. Okay. Hanging anyways. We got so many potatoes. So many potatoes. So I think once you get the bunker, if I understand right, I think you have the means of being able to use potatoes to make fertilizer. Compost. What have you. I think that's a thing. I think I've seen that being a thing. Alright, so put these back over here. We'll make some more poutine. I think we don't have enough already, but how many curds we got left? Oh, we got lots of curds. Alright, cool. Let's keep chopping up some firewood potatoes. Make some french fries. We can make the poutine. We'll probably just use up all these curds and just make all the poutine. that we can free up these baskets as much as possible. Alright, there should be another 5 bowls. We're gonna have so much poutine. We're not gonna know what to do with it. Oh, eat it, that's what we're gonna do. Should be another 5 bowls. I'm glad I bought as much curds as I did. Where are we at now? 170 curds left. Alright, cool. Alright, that's another 5 bowls. That's another 5 bowls. Alright. Alright, next batch. Still got plenty of curds left. Should be able to make about let's see, 50. It's about 3 more batches, I think. And we'll have some left over. Yep, so we got one more day to make it Sunday, and I'm hoping like crazy that we're gonna make at least $1,500 like we did last time. Alright, so process that. That should be another 5 bowls. It'll be so much poutine. We're gonna have poutine for days, folks. I don't know if we have a means of being able to sell this poutine. Not 100% sure. This is gonna be a lot of poutine, though. Alright. Cool. Where are we gonna put this stuff? Let's put it right over here. I guess I left the door open. I guess all the flies are getting in. Alright, so let's put these guys over here. Oh crap. 5-second rule. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. Alright. We got enough to make, yep, we sure do. Gotta free up these baskets as much as possible. Just making all the poutine. Oh, okay, every basket's empty. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get some more potatoes. More potatoes. Yeah, so even as we're doing all this, we're making some more maple syrup in the tank. That's good. Yeah, it's already full. Dang it! I think we're gonna end up having to get more baskets. It's looking like there's one. Oh my goodness! That down there. Plant. Okay, harvesting a couple more. 1, 2. Yep, already full. I want to get the next batch of potatoes going here if we can. Not that we really need to, because we got poutine for days. Poutine for days. Oh crap. Oh, I hate when it does that. Stand up straight. Dang it. Stay. Good basket. Alright, cool. Okay, we get a couple more. 1, 2, 3. See, we got 3 that time. So sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. It's kind of interesting how that works. Very, very interesting. Alright, last basket. Still gonna have some plants left out here, so I want to make all the poutine, I guess, as far as just to kind of get this all. I want to get these all harvested. 1, 2, 3. So, okay, so we got one more basket that we need to get the last 2. Alright. So we'll chop up one more batch, get one more basket freed up at least. Oh my goodness, I'm stuck. Alrighty then, so let's put this right here. Chop up some more. Hopefully we can free up this basket. Yep, looks like it's pulling it out of there. Alright, basket's empty. Cool. That's what we need. Get the last 2 plants out here. And then we'll go ahead and plant all those potato seeds. We'll probably have to dig some more holes. That's okay too. 1, 2. Alright. That is all of our potatoes. All the rest of those are cannabis. All right. Take this inside. And we're just going to set these up here by the stove. Now, I'm not going to process anymore right now. We got so much poutine. Don't know what to do with it yet. At least get these here. Oh. There we go. So now we're ready for that. Man, look at all this poutine. We got poutine coming out of just everywhere. Alright. Are we mad about it? Absolutely not. How are we doing on fuel? Alright, half. A little more than half a tank. Alright, let's see how many potatoes we got. 50. Oh my goodness, so many plants. Alright, let's count and see how many holes we got here. We might have to go up the hill here, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do 1. Oh crap. Get up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 26, 7, 28, 29. Yeah, so we got 29 there. I'm gonna go up the hill so I don't run into my cannabis there. Got 29 so far. We need how many more? 1 to 30, so 21 more? 21 more holes. Yeah, 21 more holes. Words. So 21 holes we need. Alright, let's keep these. We're gonna go up the hill here, so seeds are right there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop. Come on. 4. Right? Yeah. 5. Come on. 5, 6, 7. Try to keep them straight. 8, 9. Come on. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Come on. 17, 19, 20, 1. These rows aren't staying very straight. Trying to. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. One more. Alright, so that's enough holes. Now, where do my potato seeds go? Right here. Plant the rest of them. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Whoa, I must have lost count. Anyway, so we got additional holes. Oh, I don't know how I miscounted. Well, whatever. We got enough there to be able to plant what we got. Cool beans. Guess I just miscounted. Alright, anyway, we got enough for the next time. So our cannabis is growing. Everything watered too. That's pretty cool. The fact that it's a little bit foggy out, it kind of waters these. 76%. Yeah, our cannabis is growing really nice. So yeah, once these are ready to harvest, I'm going to put potatoes over in this spot after we harvest all these that we just planted. That way I can keep the cannabis over on that side, potatoes over on this side. I kind of boo-booed, I guess, as far as by putting the cannabis where I did there. Either side of the... But we're going to fix it. We'll fix it here eventually. Alright, we'll put the shovel away. Shovel right there. Back in the shed. Alright, let's go take a look and see how we did with our Merper Circle. Should have some ripple circle to process here. We've been super duper productive today. Alright, so I'm thinking it's not going to be till next week that we'll actually get power. But the fact that we did send the letter out and they accepted it, they took my money, we should have it. So we got a little bit more than a half a tank here. Cool. Go ahead and process some of that. We're so busy here on this Saturday. Cool. Alright, so we got half a barrel in there basically. Alright, let's just get a fire started. Alrighty then. It'd be super nice having power, I guess, as far as once we get hooked up to the grid. Oh, pick it up. Okay. Get in. Alright. Paper. No, you get in there. Alright. Light it up. Oh, hello. There we go. Cool. Put it back on the shelf. There we go. Awesome. Alright, we should be able to get a fresh sip of maple syrup here too, as far as heats up. Shouldn't take too long. I think we should have enough firewood to be able to process what we have. Yeah, that should be enough firewood. Yep, so the fact that we got 58 trees and we're pumping. Yep, it is running. This thing fills up pretty fast, actually, I guess, as far as with having 58 trees. Wait a minute, how did my truck end up over here? Did I not put the parking brake on? Son of a biscuit. See, this is what happens when you don't put the parking brake on. You dirty, rotten thing, you. I must not have had a parking brake on. I sure didn't. See, that's what happens. Vehicle ends up being somewhere you don't want it to be. So, yep, failure on my part. So we're going to have to crank this thing out. Get the cranker. Yep, this is what happens. That's what happens when you don't put the parking brake on your vehicle. Your truck ends up where you don't want it to be. Let's try it here. Hold on. We gotta put it on the truck first. I forget how this works. I haven't had to do it in a while. Wait a minute. There it goes. Now we can attach it. There. Cool. Now we can crank it. I haven't had to use it in quite a while because I usually been pretty cautious, I guess, as far as making sure the parking brake is on so we don't have to do this. But this is definitely a thing with the game too, I guess, as far as if you don't put your parking brake on, don't expect your vehicle, I guess, as far as to be in the same spot you put it. Hope this is working. Seems to be working. Trying to get it up over the hump. I think we're good. I think it's good. Alright, let's go ahead. Alright, I think we're okay. Back. Get in. Turn it on. Try and see if we can get this bad boy out of here, hopefully. Oh crap. Alright, let's put it in reverse, actually. Alright, it weren't too bad. It could have been a lot worse. Fourth. Yeah, it's a good thing it's four-wheel drive, that's for sure. Alrighty then. Yeah, we'll park it right here. That looks good. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Park and brake. That's what I wanted. Better off. Thank you. Alright, now we should stay where we parked it. Now we put the park and brake on. Cool. So we got 2 barrels to sell. How's our fire doing? Oh, more in there. Got to burn out. Zap. So we're just working our way up to Sunday. Oh, I need a drink of fresh purple circle. Slurp it up. Slurp it up. Slurp it up. Alrighty then. So, how much we got in here? Not quite enough to make a barrel. Getting there though. Might go ahead and cut another tree. See, I wish I could play that game so bad. It looks so fun. Yeah, I don't know if it's in the Steam Summer Sale. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked. But yeah, highly recommend it. As far as if you have the ability to get it, it's super fun. Absolutely no wrong way to play it. But I haven't had a lot of fun, I guess, as far as with, especially with the Merple Circle. Selling that up there, we're making lots of money on it. I'm gonna cut down one more tree. We can cut this guy down. You know what? Can we get a clipping off it first? Let me check. Always want to check to see if we can get a clipping off it first. Just about there, folks. I guess as far as find out how much we make on Sunday. Pick it up. Pick them up. Thank you. Eesh. All right. Let's see. Can we get a clipping off of this? Nope. Not well, that one either. This one's still growing. Oh, this guy, nope. This guy, nope. This guy, nope. Alright, no clippings off of those guys. We already got clippings off of those guys there. I think these are not going to be ready yet either. Oh, I guess it is ready. Okay. That'll work. I just want to cut down one more tree. Get one clipping off of that. We'll make sure we got to plant that right away. Back. Let me come back for that real quick. Gotta check my fire. I don't want that to burn out. Oh, crap. Pick it up. Get up. Take it. No, don't do that. Jeez, the button. The buttons on these can be wonky. Right, let's check our fire. Yep, put a couple more in there so it don't burn out. Get in there. Come on. Okay, and let's see. Oh, wow, we got so much maple syrup to process. Alright. Going. So the fact that we're still at prime there, we got enough for a barrel. Go ahead and open that up. That'll get filled up. Cool. Let's go get that clipping. Plant that tree. It is, but I asked my mom and she said no. I was like, maybe you'll ask someone. Well, if mom told you no, then that should be a fair indication, I guess, as far as whether she wants you to have it or not. It's not really. There's nothing really that wrong with it, but it's a fun game. Have you told her it's a fun game? That's what I would tell her. It's such a fun game. We're gonna plant this guy right there. Cool. Alrighty then. So we're all set with that. I want to cut down another tree. That was the whole purpose of doing that in the first place. Gonna be able to cut this guy down. Timber. All right. Oh my goodness, that was loud. Logs. Well, yeah, I'm sure you know she said no, but if you ask someone else, if she already told you no, that's kind of going against what your mom already told you. That's usually no bueno. Alright, we're gonna close that up. We got another barrel. Another barrel to be able to sell for next week. Got 3 barrels so far. Off to a good start for next week. Okay. We got logs up here. Let's bring the logs up. Probably check my fire too. Go through firewood quite a bit, actually. Oh, check your fire. Yep, let's put a couple more in there. Keep that fire burning. Alright, so now... Wow, we still got over half a barrel. Nice. Half a tank, anyway. Good stuff. Producing all kinds of maple syrup. Okay. I'm just bringing all the logs over here to log splitter for starters. Well, at least you get a little bit of a heads up, I guess, as far as how to play through it. That's half the battle. You can watch and kind of get some insight, I guess, as far as how to do it. Got quite a bit of insight with it up at this point. Oh my goodness! All right. Ooh, I need to get stretched. I haven't stretched in a while. It's going on. Oh, we're closing in on almost 3 hours. Holy crap! Holy crap! All right. That's probably why I get a little bit hungry. Get some nom noms. All right. So how much? Enough here for a tank? Not quite. We need to line up another tank, another barrel. I'm gonna get that confused. So these are barrels, and this over here is a tank, and we still got quite a bit in there to be able to process. All right. How's our fire doing? Let's put another couple in there. Nice and hot. Some like it hot. Ooh, get in there. There we go. You want to play right now, though? Well, you heard it. You heard it from the horse's mouth, I guess, as far as Mom said no. I know what else to tell you. Okay, let's split some logs. This started. Got at least one more tree anyway, just to kind of replenish what we're using, I guess, as far as for stoking our fire. Yeah, so I think the next thing that we'll work on, I guess, as far as once we get hooked up to power, is earning enough money to get the electric heater. That's going to be our next goal once we get hooked up to power. But don't know if it's going to be on Monday in game here. I mailed the letter. I think it was Wednesday. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm hoping maybe by Monday they actually have it hooked up. We'll have to see here. Hopefully we get a notification for that. That'd be nice. Oh, let's get this thing shut off. We don't want to waste the fuel. Don't waste the fuel. Turn it off. Turn it off. Hey, gummit. There we go. Hit kill switch. Alright, cool. Let's put some fire. Alright, how much do we got in the tank? Just about empty. Let's put a couple more pieces on there and then we should be good. Yep, a couple more pieces on there and we should be good to go to process the rest of that. Alright, that should be all we need. That'll finish it up. Alright, we got enough for another barrel. That in the barrel. Alrighty then, let's just... While we're babysitting the fire, we'll go ahead and rest of our firewood. Okay, so we didn't really have to do anything more with the cannabis or the potatoes. We got them all planted. That's good. So yeah, we don't need to really do anything more with that. It's just really finishing up getting the rest of our maple syrup here processed. That tank is just about empty. Just about empty. So I think what we got there for fire should definitely be enough. No? Is it full yet? Not quite. It's getting there. Getting there. The only reason why I'm keeping the power on at this point is to get the rest of this processed here. And I think that's just about... Ah, dang it, get through the door. Yep, that's all gone. Cool. We're not getting any more from the trees only because the hour that we're at. It's 1800 hours, so it's past that prime time for it to pumping out of the trees, which is about 1630. 1630 is prime time. So we're just going to continue bringing our firewood in. Oh, crap. Flying. Got another barrel. Close the valve. Put this in the truck. So, just like last week, we got another 4 barrels to sell for next week. Yeah. Good stuff. We're going to be right off to a good start, I guess, as far as for the start of next week. Kinda like that. Kinda like that. So the fact that I don't absolutely need to bring the firewood into the sugar shack, just being productive here, I guess, as far as to get myself tired out, ready to sleep, and we're going to find out how much we make on Sunday. I could totally just leave all that firewood right there if I wanted to, but I'd rather have it closer to where we need it. That makes sense. I don't know why my anxiety's getting up so high. You know what? I forgot we got a... forgot what the button is, though. Hold on. Yep, I remember that now. Anxiety's getting a little bit high, so I'm going to go ahead and just smoke a fatty. Aw, yeah. Oh yeah, just let that anxiety just go all the way. Ah, that's so much better. Anxiety just go away. I guess I must have turned the bed lights on there by mistake. Let's take it all in. There we go. That's better. So we got the anxiety down at least. I didn't realize I must have turned the bed light on. Let's turn those off. There we go. Don't need those on. Alright, so 4 barrels ready to go. Okay. Ready to go there. Let's put this barrel up under here. Don't have quite enough to make another barrel, but seems to be sticking right around 60 left. 60 remaining in the reservoir. Seems to be our pattern so far. Leftover maple syrup after we get everything all processed. Nothing wrong with that though. Yep. Okay then. Are we ready to do this, folks? We're gonna go get some sleep. I know what I can do too. Besides, I got the fuel can here. It does have a little bit of fuel in it. Let's take this with us. Make our way back up to the house. I'm gonna top off on the fuel, the generator. Yep. And we'll get ready for Sunday. Hopefully this should be enough to top off the generators and keep it full. We have something to do for Sunday. And we're anticipating getting hooked up to... power. Should take the place of the generator. Alrighty then. How much fuel we got in here? Yeah. So we're just gonna take what we got left in the fuel can here and just put it in here. Yeah. This is all going in the generator. This should fill it up. Oh, not quite. Alright. That's good enough though. Take it. I think what we can do, is as far as just to kind of work up our, use up some of our energy here, is just to kind of get, we got a dent puller here. Dent kit. We could probably take some more of the dents out of it. So we got a dent in the fender. Did I use it? I guess I used it. Still see a dent though. What's up with that? We must have to get another dent thing. So it doesn't completely get it out, I guess. Alright, well, that was something. Our trunk is good. I don't know if the fenders... We got a little bit of a dent in there, so we might have to get another dent kit. Alright, so we got that to do. Not really a whole heck of a lot more we can do. So let's get ourselves some snacky snack. We get some sleepy sleep. See how much we make. See how much we make here, folks. What's going to be the grand total? What we've been waiting for. A little bit of poutine. Get a little bit of maple syrup. And let's get some sleepy sleep. I want to turn the generator off. Yeah, we'll leave it running. I think we'll leave it running. There we go. Just pay attention to when we go sleep in here how much we make. It's going to be more than $5,800, I hope. That's what I'm hoping. And $6,800, a whole $1,000 more than last week. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we got up way too early. Take another night. Skip the night, yes. Skip the night, please. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, baby, $6,800 we made, folks. Super stoked. Excited. Yes. All right. Let me go ahead and mark that down. Made a whole $1,000 more than we did last week. That's fantastic progress. All right. Colors. And that is what's going to call it good here, folks. Made it to another Sunday. Fair and square. We're off to a good start here. We got almost 9,000 in the bank again, I guess, as far as with all the maple syrup we got. So we didn't necessarily get hooked up to power just yet. I got a feeling that's going to happen come Monday. We'll save that for next week. We definitely did make the progress there just as far as to get that letter sent, to get that hooked up. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a good place to get as far as to call it a good day. Let's go over here and take a look here real quick at what we got for maple syrup in the tank. Oh, that was a really good sleep as far as to get that payday, I guess, as far as while we were sleeping there. That's super awesome. And this is only based on 58 trees. 58 trees. So looks like we got another full tank, maybe? Did not produce any again. What's up with that? That's the second time it did that to me. See, this is another reason why I tend to debate whether or not to leave the generator running while I sleep. Sometimes it does tend to work. It just depends, you know, how long you sleep and, you know, the hours. It all comes down to the hours. So it doesn't start pumping out of the trees until like 8, 9 o'clock. And it goes till like 16:30. So during that time frame that I was sleeping there, there's no... It's not producing anything. So it was kind of a wasted amount of fuel that I used as far as for that. So we're going to go ahead and shut this. Actually, I need to save the game. We do have a little bit of fuel left, but we'll probably have to go and run and get some more by next week. We'll just save that for next week. We're in pretty good shape. We need to have the power running, though, to be able to save the game, though. We got to boot up the old gateway. And we get her saved up. Yep, so we're going to be on Sunday. We just... Takes a little bit. It's a little bit slow. It's kind of a potato. As far as of a PC. But, yeah, we made it to another Sunday. And we're up to 85, 52, 56. 5. 56. I think we made pretty good progress here today, folks. I don't know about you all. I hope y'all had a good time like I did. And, hopefully gain some insight. If you are playing the game, like to play the game, hope you continue to enjoy it. We'll be probably continuing to play through this, I guess, as far as now, once we'll get power, and continuing to sell that maple syrup. But, yeah, we'll be streaming again here on the channel for Farmer Friday. We're going to be off for tomorrow on Thursday. And, yeah, we'll be back at it, I guess, as far as for Friday. So we got it all saved up. We're all good to go. Again, I hope you all did enjoy it, I guess, as far as this week's playthrough of Mon Bazou. Made a ton of progress, 68 bucks by Sunday, and looking forward to next week's playthrough. Hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your WhatEver Wednesday. Feel free to stick around for the hosting and the stream, and definitely, if you haven't already followed the channel, make sure you do so to get the notification when the streams are live. Also, make sure that you're checking out our social medias. We got the Rock Nation Discord. I'm also on the Twitter, and we got our Spline Design Studios Facebook group page. This first is our forum for the website, SplineDesignStudios.com. Do feel free to check those out at your leisure, because do tend to post there on the regular to keep everybody aware, I guess, as far as what's going on in between streams. So, hope to see you all again real soon. I'm going to get me some food. All that maple syrup making and poutine definitely worked up an appetite. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take care of that. See y'all again. Bye for now.